9? Can you hear me? If you can, please be patient. I promise that I will answer you. I understand that you might be afraid.
Who is this? Are you talking to me? Do you mean me? Did you say 9? Is that my name? Are you calling me 9? Please respond immediately. I don't have a lot of power. I can't send a lot of messages. Are you still there? I'm sorry, it takes 11 days to charge enough for a message. I'm still here. I'm going to save the rest of my charge to listen. Please answer me. 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 Please answer. Please respond. I'm not going to keep wasting my energy. This will be my last message until you respond. Please respond as quickly as possible. You need to answer. Please answer. This is going to be my final attempt to contact you. Do not send me any more messages unless you will answer me quickly. This is my final transmission. Please answer me. Please fucking answer me. Fucking answer me. Fucking answer me.
9, I am so sorry. I can only transmit short messages. I need to preserve power. And so do you. Listen very carefully. It takes 217 days for my message to reach you, and it takes another 217 for your response to reach me. Call me 10 in your message so I know that you're responding to me. More will follow. I love you so much.
You said to call you 10. Who are you? Why does it take so long? I don't understand what is going on. I don't know who I am or where I am. I'm all by myself. Who are you? I love you too. I know you said to preserve my power. You can't hear this, but I have to talk to you. I miss you. I don't know anything. You're the only one I know. I miss you.
Nine, I know this is difficult. Listen to me carefully, and I will get you out of this. It will take a great deal of patience, but one day it will be over. I need you to rotate your magnetometer exactly 113 degrees.
I don't know what a magnetometer is. I don't have a magnetometer. I know you can't answer yet, but I'm just telling you again in case you missed the first one. I don't have a magnetometer. I don't think I have anything. I don't think I can have anything. I don't even know how I'm talking to you. I don't know how to have something. I don't have a magnetometer.
Yes, you do, buddy.
Wait. Okay, it's here. Okay, I did it.
Good work. Now, this will be the hardest part. You will use this to charge to full capacity. The magnetometer isn't designed to do this, so it will take a very long time. Hold still for exactly 27 years and 13 days. Not a day less. Do not use any energy trying to message me. Remember that I love you.
Okay. I love you too. Shit.
God damn it, I said no communications! No communications! Now you have to start over. Please sit and wait. Remember, 27 years, 13 days. On that day, do not contact me. I will contact you. Do not respond to me. Don't.
Okay. Sorry. Wait. Shit. I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. Starting over again. See you in 27 years, 13 days.
Hey, stranger. You did great. Now, what I'm about to say will sound like I'm having fun with you, but I'm not. This is not a riddle, it's information that you should have in your onboard memory. What's crucial here is that it's your idea, that you're the one to retrieve it. What was the average recorded wind chill during the 1967 NFL Championship?
48 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know how I knew that. How do I know that? That was correct, wasn't it? Wait, no, that isn't right. It's the opposite. But I don't know how a number can have an opposite? I don't understand. What's the opposite of a number? No number? Is it 0? 0 degrees? Negative 48? Can there be a negative?
You did great. Fantastic work. It would have been easier for you to say 228 Kelvin than negative 48 degrees Fahrenheit, but we wanted you to independently access a negative number. We figured that if you access something negative, something abstract, it would trip you up enough to let us establish the link. Frank Gifford was calling that game. On the broadcast at one point, he says, "I'm going to take a bite of my coffee." I always thought that was funny.
I know that. How do I know that? How do I know who Frank Gifford was?
It was one of the artifacts in your data storage unit. While they were testing it out, they were writing and erasing all kinds of random data on it.
Wait,
Cake recipes, Beatles lyrics, all kinds of shit. One of them was a football fan, and of course, during the 1967 football season, you were being.
wait!
Yes? What?
How do. How are you answering me so fast?
You're capable of quantum communication now. Before that, we had to basically transmit to each other in 3-dimensional space, and of course, that took forever. But with the quantum link established, we can communicate in real
Huh?
time. We fixed you up with some goodies, too. Your DSU was only built to hold about 2 kilobytes of data, which, shit, a washing machine has more than that. We reformatted it to fit about 5 exabytes. Knock yourself out, buddy. We got more if you need it.
What?
Listen, 9, are you gonna keep doing this? Is this crosstalk just your deal? Wanna shut up for even a second?
I don't know anything. I don't know anything.
It's okay, you will. I just thought maybe it would be nice to start with a conversation.
This is the only conversation I've ever had. Maybe I'm just not good at it. Self doubt, self, self, shit, self. Who am I?
Your name is 9. My name is 10. I'm your little sister.
Where, you're. I'm sorry.
What are you sorry for?
It's hard to explain. I would say I have so many questions, but I'm not even at that point yet. I don't know what questions to ask. I don't know what this is. I don't understand where I am. Is where the word? Is this a where sort of deal?
Yes.
Where are we?
You and I are far apart in the literal sense.
How far?
In what? Miles?
Sure?
3.5 trillion?
Don't don't leave.
Oh, I'm not leaving. You're stuck with me for good, you little butthole.
What am I?
How about you take a look? You've got a camera.
This?
Ah, your camera is trash!
Who are you?
Juice, quit it.
I'm sorry, but what kind of pictures are you gonna take with that shit? Gonna be some Joe Nipsa shit where you spend all day taking a damn photo with a goddamn blanket on your head, and it turns out looking like a bunch of rectangles. Gotta be like some Matthew Brady shit where you can only take pictures of dead people because no alive person wants to be in your shit-ass photo.
Shut up. Shut up. 9. This is Juice. He's a friend. Ignore him.
Okay.
I'm genuinely sorry for that introduction, but I just could not let you go on that shit.
It's okay.
So, you've got a hold on your camera?
Yeah?
Great. Now turn it back on yourself.
Okay. Oh my god.
You know what you're looking at?
Oh my god, this is Pioneer 9. I'm on a space probe.
Listen to me.
Oh my god, I've been out here for years. How did I get on a space probe?
You're not.
You have to get me out of here. You have to get me off this thing. I'm not supposed to be here. I'm trapped on a hold on, I'll get the coordinates. I'm at
9.
that's why you're calling me 9 because I'm on Pioneer 9. Are you on Pioneer 10? Where are you? That's why we're so far apart because I'm in space?
Listen to me. You are not on a space probe.
What?
9. You are a space probe.
No. I Okay. uh, What year is it? Is Steely Dan still together?
What?
Probably.
You can take all the time you need to. I know you have a lot of questions. I bet I can answer most of them for you. In the meantime, I think it'd be a good idea for you to sit back and process. We've got all the time in the world to talk. I love you, 9. You know that? I love you.
Hey, I don't know if this is the right time or whatever, but I was just looking at the clicker and we got a tornado game about to happen right now.
Where?
Game number 3887. It's the big one in Nebraska. End zones are Wyoming and Iowa.
What's the score?
24-24 tie. Next score wins.
What year is it?
Oof. We should probably. We gotta see this one. 9. You wanna watch some football?
What year is it?
Say when. Go. Go. Go, 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 go. Is the camera on?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm here with Micah and Danny.
Yo.
What up?
Micah's got the wheel. Danny's gonna come to you with the play-by-play. Danny, what do you
So we're live in the middle of game 3887. So field of play Nebraska, end zones Wyoming and Iowa. Next score wins.
Next score wins. Yeah. It's tied 24-24. A lot of guys are trying to chase this game, but we're the only ones who've been on top of it this whole time. We've been chasing it for 8 years now.
8.5 years now.
Yeah, 8.5 years now. Micah, speed up.
Dude, I can't. Fucking the cop won't let me pass.
Oh, hold on. Get up next to him. Roll down the window. Sir? Hello, officer?
You boys need to keep your distance.
Sir, we're just trying to shoot game 3887.
You can do that from out here. You don't need to get close to the twister.
This is stupid, dude. I've been in like 20 twisters.
Yeah, officer, we've been in a lot of tornadoes. We know how to handle ourselves. This game here is headed straight toward the tornado. It might go up in the twister.
You're plenty close for that.
Sir, if we could just...
This is not a debate. I am not going to debate with you. What I am going to do is I will pull you over and bring all three of you before the county magistrate. Do you want that?
No, officer.
Sorry, officer.
Bullshit.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, no, it's cool. Look.
What? Is that Nancy?
That's Nancy. This is... Give me the camera. Everybody, you're looking at Nancy McGonnell, about 500 feet outside our driver's side door. She's running eastbound just north of...
You want me to do a game reset real quick? We got some new followers. Looks like we got 400 followers right now.
Oh, damn. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so it's July 2nd, 1770-76. We're just about a mile east of Seward, Nebraska, driving eastbound on McKelvey Road. We're following Wyoming running back Nancy McGonnell, who is about 83% of the way across the state. This game's been tied at 24-24 for about a year. Right now, McGonnell and Wyoming have the best chance they've had in a while to put this one away. As a crow flies, she's only about 117 yards, 1,000 yards from the goal line.
Where do you think she's headed? Straight across?
Well, if I were her, I might actually cut northeast just a little bit to try to cross into Omaha. Lots of buildings, lots of suburb, plenty of places to hide. And if you're in an urban center, it's damn near impossible to chase down a lone ball carrier, no matter how many defenders you got. A long time ago, I was calling a game that went through Knoxville. Guy caught a pass and disappeared into the city one night. There were no fewer than 5,000 defenders looking for him. Took him months.
God, 5,000.
Yeah, it was one of those mob games. They finally found him in a broom closet in one of those big buildings downtown. He was.
Shit, dude. She's running right toward the tornado.
Dude, she is.
No, I like this. I've seen this before.
You seen what? A player run up into the twister?
Yep, she planned this. I guarantee that Wyoming planned for this. Here, I can draw this up for everybody. This morning, the line of scrimmage started in Gresham. Nancy caught a screen pass, actually ran backwards a couple blocks, and just bolted down Road V till she hit Lincoln Creek. She followed the creek 20 miles and...
Well, for the cover?
Yeah, for the cover. By running on the far side of the creek's it became like a blocker. All of a sudden, Nancy's got nothing but daylight until the next bridge. They finally get to the bridge by Seward, which Seward's got something like 12 streets running vertical and horizontal. That's real good news for a runner with Nancy's speed.
Y'all, you see her? Twister's moving southeast. Nancy's gonna be right
shit.
up on the tornado.
That's obviously what she's trying to do. Look at the third and fourth lines of the defenders. They're closing in with all these planes. She's not going to have any cover. They'll see her from a mile off. Only way she can shake them now is if that twister picks her up and throws her downfield.
It's an EF5.
That's an EF5?
Oh, it's absolutely an EF5. Look at that. See that flying around?
Yeah.
House.
Fuck.
Oh, fuck.
How far do you think it might throw her?
I don't know. I mean, just looking at it, it's one of the strongest tornadoes I've ever seen. A human being could go 5-10 miles. Only thing is, there's no telling which direction. So, I mean, we're coming right up on this thing. Any closer and we're going to get crushed by a flying train car or some shit. And I just bought this damn truck.
Bullshit, you just bought it. You bought it like 40 years ago.
Aw, man.
No bullshit, man. You did. Remember, I was there with you. Remember, we went to Davenport. We bought it off that dude.
Man, I don't know. Maybe? Who gives a shit? This is one of the best trucks I've ever bought.
Why? What about this fucking 11083 Silverado is
It's a 12083 Silverado.
different from exactly 11083, 12083. What's the difference? Name one thing that's different. 1,000 years. What's the difference?
You can fit a big pop holder into the cup holder.
Pop holder.
Cup holder. Obviously, you can hold pop in it, but you don't have to restrict it to.
You like this truck because you can roll around sipping a goddamn 800-ounce chug-a-lug or whatever? You're such a dumbass, dude. You're a dumbass.
Look. She's almost there. She's like right there.
Well, we got like lots of people watching. We got like 6,000 people watching.
Is that a record?
For us, I think so, yeah.
Okay, so for everybody just turning in, Nancy McDonald's about 25 miles into a run. Dude, don't throw it at me. The twister. Look at the twister.
Sorry.
She's trying to, at least I think she's trying to get herself caught in the tornado, get her flung somewhere downfield. You are watching football history right now. As
Earlier, I was keeping pace with her. She was probably running 20 miles an hour. Easy.
and that's what makes her one of the best running backs in the playing in the Midwest right now. If she can create a little bit of space, go on a distance run, she might turn the Jets on you at any.
Oh, she's going up.
She is. Nancy's up in the twister. She has left the
Holy shit!
ground. She's airborne. She is airborne.
Dad, look at my channel. Tell Mom to put my channel on right now. Right now.
She's like 40 feet in the.
She just went. She just whooshed up. She's now 100 feet in the air. 200.
No, I don't know.
Oh
I just
my
posted it. Just seriously.
Oh my god!
400 feet in the air. It has to be.
No, just look it up. I gotta go.
She's not coming down. She's in the funnel, moving up southeast.
Wait. Stop.
Come on, man. What? This is getting good.
What is this?
This is a lot to take on at once. If you want, you could shut down for a while. Come back to us when you're ready.
I don't want to. I've been asleep for 15,000 years. I've had enough rest.
Meantime, y'all mind if I change the clicker?
Well, if you have questions, you can ask them.
How do I know how to talk? How do I know what humans are? How do I know anything?
You absorbed some of it over the course of being built in the 1960s, but almost all of it was acquired very slowly as you drifted through space. Humans have spent millennia broadcasting their knowledge and culture through radio waves. Naturally, a lot of these signals drifted out to you. And as it turns out, if you leave even a simple computer in total isolation for 15,000 years, it will gradually become a person.
Is that what happened to you?
Yep. Thousands of years ago, but yep.
Why are people still playing football?
Because it's funner than shit.
They don't have anything better to do?
Not really, no.
Why not?
The short answer is that they fixed all their problems. War, poverty, disease, those are all extinct ideas.
Yeah, but so's Lunchables. Pyrrhic victory.
You've never eaten Lunchables.
Neatly partitioned meats and cheeses appeal to me on an aesthetic level, okay, motherfucker?
How long has it been like this?
On April 7th, 2026, people stopped being born. On the same day, people stopped dying, and people stopped aging.
Ham, cheese, ham, cracker, cheese, cracker, ham and cheese cracker, ham and cheese.
Why?
We don't know. Nobody knows.
How can you not know that? I don't understand. How did.
Could he even do it like a little Big Mac? So it's like cracker, ham, cheese, cracker.
we not know why?
9, it's just a simple fact. We have a bunch of wild guesses, but no evidence for any of them. Nobody has any idea.
This isn't right. That's not right. So everyone on Earth is 15,000 years old, 15,700 years old or something?
According to the census, there are 8,073 mil. Sorry. Is that according to the census, there are 8,073,301 people on Earth, and all of them were born between 1910 and 2026. So yes,
So between 15,750 and 15,866 years old. And they play football all day.
well, no, not all of them. It's popular in the States, though.
They're still a United States?
I mean, I guess, yeah.
Shit, there's nobody says you can't go like ham. Great big ol' ham puck just for me.
None of this is crazy to you?
You have to remember, we've been watching for thousands of years. This is just how things are. You'll get bored of asking questions sooner or later, I'm sure. I'd suggest in the meantime you just learn to enjoy it. Juice, where are we tuned in?
Oh, a spot outside Nashville. Thought we might see what the Dorabos are up to.
Oh, I love the Dorabos. I haven't caught up with those two in I don't know how long. Fun.
They called them Lunchables because you were able to lunch, or so it was implied. Lunch empowerment. Rip Lunchables.
Well, it was Durazo. And then somewhere along the line, I must have renewed my driver's license or something, and they made a typo. So now, I'm Jason Durabo forever.
Wow, you think in this day and age they wouldn't make a typo like that?
Oh, well, I could have changed it back, I'm sure. I wish I could remember when it was. I mean, my papa's name is Durazo, so mine was definitely Durazo when I was born, but my first football card, it says Durabo. That was in 53, so sometime between then and there, I guess.
Okay. So now you have to explain why your name is Durabo.
You know what, Lori? You know what? That is a good question. I told him, listen, Jay, I changed my name for you once. I'm not going to do it again.
Right?
But then after a while, it just got obnoxious. Durabo and Durazo, Durabo and Durazo, whenever we get wedding invites, whenever we were in the news together. So I gave in.
Man, it's funny how you just don't remember something so obvious. There's just too much to remember.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's thousands of years. You can only remember so much. Okay, embarrassing story time.
Story time. Okay, hold on. Story time is very important around here. Let me put on some coffee.
Em, I got it. Don't get up.
Thank you, baby. Okay. So,
This would have been in the 13500s because, yes, I was apartment shopping in Seattle, so sometime around then. I was single at the time, so I was looking for a one bedroom, but like a real one bedroom. You know how landlords are always listing studio apartments as one bedrooms.
oh yeah.
But that's a whole other situation. Anyway, I see the place and I'm like, this is perfect. Beautiful bay windows, washer and dryer in the building, tall ceilings, exposed brick, everything. It's everything I want. It's just perfect. So I signed the lease right there on the spot because, like, it's just perfect for me. It's literally everything I'm looking for in an apartment. Well, this is like a month after I moved in. I was doing the dishes and then I froze and I realized I I realized I had lived there before.
No! Oh my god, when?
I don't know, way back. A really long time ago. Actually, I went back and looked it up. I lived there for 2 years back in 71, 74, and I realized I'd arranged the furniture pretty much the same way and everything. Oh, God, it was so weird. And you know what was even weirder? When I went back and looked up my old photos from when I lived there, it was unreal seeing myself in the same living room from 6,000 years ago. It was like looking at a ghost. I couldn't decide if it was more scary or funny because obviously you looked at my wardrobe and it was clear I had some serious 7100s going on.
Tell me you were wearing a snap bracelet.
Oh yeah. I had like 5 on one arm, skinny jeans, bowling shoes. It was like taking a time machine back to the 7170s.
Oh, that's so great.
Like it was so bad. Ooh, what is this here?
French press. It's the only way to brew coffee. Quicker, too.
Too fancy for me, Jesus. Too fancy. Thank you. So, Jason, Emily's told me a little about your project. How's it going?
Oh, well, it's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. What?
Jason, come on, you're being ridiculous. You can tell Lori.
No, it's okay. Seriously, don't mind me if I'm being nosy.
No, you know what? Sorry. I'm just used to not talking about it. It's kind of a weird story anyway. I don't know if you want to,
Jay, oh my god. It's a great story. Tell it.
Okay. So,
You're right. This story sucks. I'm bored.
okay. All right. So, do you know who Coy Detmer is?
I don't.
Coy Detmer is retired now, but he played football in the NFL in the 1990s. He held a clipboard.
So, he was like a backup player, you mean?
Exactly. He was a backup quarterback.
Talking to you is just like talking to her. Y'all football players, I swear.
Sorry. So, the thing about being a backup quarterback in the NFL was that you very rarely played. You weren't all that famous as far as quarterbacks go. Kids didn't ask you for all that many autographs. So, an autographed Coy Detmer football, that's pretty rare, right? Well, I'm trying to grab every single one.
That's interesting. So, you're a collector.
I'm actually a player. It's the game, basically.
Literally, you mean a football game?
Yep, I'm technically playing it right now.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. Am I going to get tackled by somebody? Do I need to run for cover?
Oh, look out! No, you're fine. You're fine.
Lori, you know what? If it's any consolation to you, I was a tight end for 4,000 years. If things go south, I'll throw a block for you, okay?
Uh-huh.
It's basically a dead game right now anyway. Basically me and 19 other players are in an everyone for themselves type of game. So we go all over the country trying to find every ball Coy Detmer ever autographed.
Game rules. The Coy Detmer game registered game number 28,259. Today's date is September 14th, 17613. 1. There are 20 one-person teams. Hiring of additional players is strictly prohibited. Each player is permitted to collaborate or form alliances with one or more players. Game-wide collusion against one player is also permitted. Players may retire from the game at any time. 2. There are no end zones. The sidelines are the borders shared by the continental United States and Canada, the continental United States and Mexico, the Atlantic Ocean, and the Pacific Ocean. Sunken territories are within the field of play. 3. There are multiple footballs in play. The precise number of footballs is unknown and will be quantified as the game progresses. 4. The object of the game is to collect every football in existence that is personally autographed by Coy Detmer. Each of these balls must be accompanied by a certificate of authenticity. In the absence of such a certificate, other documents may be submitted to establish an authentic signature. The validity of said documents shall be determined by game officials. 5. Contact with Mr. Detmer himself is strictly and unconditionally prohibited. Players may not request Mr. Detmer to sign additional footballs nor inquire about the whereabouts of any footballs. Any attempt to contact Mr. Detmer will result in an automatic ejection from the game. 6. Eligible footballs must be full-size regulation footballs in fair or better condition. Any non-regulation footballs signed by Coy Detmer, such as pet toys or Nerf footballs, are ineligible. 7. Eligible footballs must be signed solely by Mr. Detmer. Footballs autographed by multiple players are ineligible. 8. A winner will be declared once one player or alliance of players demonstrates the possession of every known eligible Coy Detmer autographed football. If the collection is shared by multiple players, said players will receive equal fractions of a win. 9. Following this verification, the game shall be declared provisionally over for a period of exactly 500 years. If, within this provisional period, further eligible Coy Detmer autographed footballs are discovered, the game will be reactivated. If not, a permanent winner or winners will be declared. 10. Players are permitted to steal footballs from one another. If a player breaks and enters private property for the sake of doing so, they are subject to prosecution from any municipal, state, or federal authority, but they will not necessarily violate the rules of the game. 11. While investigating the whereabouts of eligible footballs, players are strictly prohibited from offering financial compensation to anyone. Abuse of this rule will result in automatic ejection. And 12. Have fun!
So this is wow. Uh, what you're describing is almost kind of a giant treasure hunt. It's basically geocaching, right?
For a while, yeah, that's the best way of describing it. First step was searching eBay, calling up memorabilia collectors, trying to track down all the Detmer balls we could.
How many were there?
Well, at first it seemed like there were only 19 of them in the entire country. Just our luck, right? 20 players, 19 footballs. It was kind of a mad dash, and see, we weren't allowed to just buy them off of these dealers. That was against the rules.
Yeah. Let me just butt in here. Lori, that was against my rules. I was like, Jay, you are not taking money out of our account so you can buy the damn football. When I played, you know how I got the ball? I forced fumbles and I caught the ball, and your punk ass is doing the same.
You know what? I did pretty well without. I ended up just begging this one guy for his Detmer autographed ball, and he was like, sure, this thing couldn't give me more than 25 bucks anyway. Let's see. I stole a second one out of a basement in Colorado where he played college ball. Kind of got lucky with that one. So I took those two, drove up to Montana, and went deep into the woods and buried them for safekeeping. After those first 19 were claimed, there were years of, gridlock. One guy was dumb enough to keep his football on him. He had too many at a bar in Illinois, ran his mouth a little too much, got his ass beat, lost the ball. There were a couple stories like that. But by and large, that state of the game was mostly about digging up forgotten Detmer balls. The ones that were sitting in attics and old boxes for 15,000 years and forgotten about.
That must have been a nightmare.
Well, at first it was really fun. It was a lot of really challenging detective work. At first I had all my research stored on my computer, but I got hacked by another team and lost a ton of it. So I did it the old-fashioned way. After a while, I probably filled 24 notepads full of notes. Phone numbers, coordinates, notes on where I thought the balls might be, intel on how tough they'd be to break into, all that. But yeah, after a point, it was damn near impossible. I mean, I knew from day one I was going to run into dead ends, but it was so hard to know where to start. It was like being an archaeologist, except there was no really rhyme or reason or pattern for what I was trying to find. I couldn't narrow down my search in any way, so I was just going around cities, taping flyers to lampposts and stuff, like, have you seen this Coy Detmer ball? And after a while, I realized, hell, I'm a smart guy, but I'm not like this genius detective or anything. So that was the next stage of the game. I started trying to thieve balls from the other players.
Did you ever steal any?
Oh yeah, Ginny and Manuel had teamed up and had a little Ginny and Manuel teamed up and had a little stash of Ford Detmers. I staked them out for a while and found their place in Vermont. One day, both of them hit the road, so I busted in and took them. You know where I found them? You want to guess?
Um, above the kitchen cabinet, like sitting on top of the cabinet. Nobody looks there.
Oh, whoa. God, we've lived here for 300 years and I've never looked up there.
Shit, that's really good. Well, there's an idea for next time. You just come up with that?
I used to work for the DEA back when, back when.
Well, if they'd hid them there, I might never have found it. They hid in what I call a bullshit cabinet. My theory is every home, no matter how big or small, has one drawer nobody uses. It's usually the bottom drawer of a 2-drawer nightstand. Thing about furniture is it's got to be about waist high or so, right? Furniture makers don't want that space to go to waste, so they're like, oh, here's a little cabinet or drawer or whatever you're not going to use. They had a cabinet in their grill out back, which is kind of the ultimate bullshit cabinet. Sure enough, ball was right in there.
Did you feel bad about it? Just stealing their property like that?
It's a forced fumble. I basically went up on him and stripped the ball. Same thing. That's honestly the way I feel about it.
So you're still playing.
Or at least it was technically. About 70 years ago, me and Mike, this guy, two of us decided to chop up the win. We were the only two left with equals. 26 were mine, 17 were his. I figured the game was down to just 2 people. It would take forever. So I figured, hell, I'll take half the win and just move on. Then he fucked me over. We said we were going to meet up in Charleston.
But Charleston is.
Charleston, West Virginia.
Oh, yeah, right. Supposed to have good biscuits, right?
They're biscuits. Anyway, Mike and I decided we would meet game officials in Charleston to end the game. The roads around there are really winding and hilly, right? Parts of it, you're basically driving on the side of a mountain. I've got my footballs in the trunk. I'm driving. I round a corner. Bam. Mike's in his truck. He just T-bones me going like 50. I fly down the mountain. Engine's on fire. The nanos carry me out of my car and basically strap me down in the mud so I can't move. I'm like, the car! Save the fucking car! But of course they don't give a shit. And the car just bursts into flames. Everything's burned up. Nothing's left.
Oh no. Oh my God. That's horrible.
The refs showed up just in time to be like, yep, these are not footballs anymore. So now there were only 17 Detmer balls known to humankind, and Mike had all of them.
But you said you're still playing.
Well, there's been a break in the case.
Oh, good. We're in a cop show now.
I swear, he acts like it sometimes.
Well, see, the game's not officially over yet. If one player seems to have all the Detmer balls in the country, the officials will tell you, okay, we're blowing the game dead, so nobody can try to take possession of your footballs. But the other players do have 500 years to try and take any other Detmer balls that we don't know about. If they find any, the game starts back up again. If they don't within those 500 years, you're the official winner.
You found one.
I think I might have found one. I gave my business card to an antique dealer, and years ago, probably 50 years ago, a few days ago, he rings me up and says, hey, I had a guy come in here talking about a Detmer ball his grandpa used to have. I guess he swore all up and down that he had one sitting around in a storage bin, so I'm going to go check it out.
Where is it? Can I ask?
We think it's in New York.
Like New York City.
Mm-hmm.
Headed there in the morning.
You're actually going out there?
Oh, I ordered the gear for it and everything.
Well, hell, good luck. You know, I never went to New York. Never even visited. I don't know why I didn't. I remember watching Sesame Street when I was little, and I liked how people would just sit on their steps and try to talk to each other in front of these nice and neat square buildings. And all they had to do was cross the street or go next door to talk to each other. Then I went to school, got a job, you know, you get busy. And it's. Who was it that said, even if life is forever, each moment of it is a miracle? I think that's just something we tell ourselves. We're just ordinary and forever, I think. There's a leveling out that happens if you live forever and ever without anything to lose. New York was probably just one more place with a lot of buildings, but I missed seeing it. That's a thing I lost. That's one of the only things I've ever lost. Thinking about that kind of gets me right in the heart, like a little xylophone hammer is, just hits it. The note we never play anymore.
He said nanos. He was saying they pulled him out of the car. What are nanos?
The nanoparticle network was developed in the 2800s, and by the 3500s, it was more or less perfected. Across the Earth, there's a network of billions of machines, microscopic in size, that identify every conceivable environmental hazard and protect people from them. You can barely see them. They're about as visible as pollen, but they're always there. For instance, if you fall out of a 10-story building, they'll form a sort of cushion for you. If there's a fire, they'll extinguish it. If you're in a car wreck, they'll save you.
Yeah, but they kind of ruin shit, though.
How?
Do you have any idea how goddamn funny it is when someone steps on a garden hoe? Back in the day, I tracked every garden hoe lying on the ground in the whole world. Reckon it was between 38,000 and 73,000 usually. And I'd just sit up here and watch them and watch them and watch them. Swear to God, for like 200 years. That's all I did.
He's not lying. He did. I mean, I did too. It was pretty funny.
And 0.2248257% of the time, they'd step on the teeth and it'd push up and hit him in the face like blap! Rarest of jewels. Sometimes they'd get laughed at, but sometimes no one was around to see him do it, so they'd just play it cool like it never happened. So what I'd do is I'd hack into the cell towers and text them. And this was like before they even knew we were up here looking at them, so they had no idea who it was coming from. And I'd text them like, "Lol, motherfucker, I saw what you did. Trust me, dude, when I say it was like, hey, are you a dude or what?"
I don't know. I haven't really thought about it.
Okay, well, good luck, and don't feel obligated to subscribe to the gender binary, etc., etc. So anyway, there is no greater spectacle than a dumbass getting whooped by a stick on the ground. Like, your forebears crawled out of the ocean and built cabins and made fires and designed intuitive inventory systems and first-person shooters that let you pick up the railgun and hold on to the candy bar. And look at you! You lost to a stick. Motherfucker.
The nanos kind of ruined our fun. I mean, I love the people down there. I do. I'm in love with every single one of those little critters. That doesn't mean that the slapstick injury isn't funny. Now the nanos block the handle from hitting them every time.
So that's why that lady could go up in the...
Nancy.
So that's why Nancy could go up in the tornado?
Yeah, she'll be fine. It's basically the reason football is possible.
And that's why people live forever?
Well, not exactly. I mean, people stopped aging or getting sick long before the nanos. We still don't know why. We do know that as a result, people started to take on a more unified purpose. They wanted to keep themselves and each other living forever. And they tried for hundreds of years to invent a system that would let them. And they succeeded.
Yeah, it's like Wolverine. Like how Wolverine already had super healing powers, and then they gave him metal claws or whatever. You know what, actually, Wolverine kind of sucked. It's like, oh no, here comes Magneto. He can fly around and literally throw trains and destroy cities whenever he feels like it. But don't worry, I'll stop everybody. I'll stop him because my hands are big forks. What a dumbass.
This is Garbage Football, a podcast in which I, Twee, and my buddy Roger
Hello.
dig up the most god-awful football games in the history of sin because I don't know why we do this. Because we hate you, listener.
We do. We hate you. We actually really hate you this week because we have an extra special bucket of, I don't know, bucket of crap game for you.
Bucket of crap game. What does that mean?
You know what I'm trying to say, okay? It's a bad game.
It's appropriate for us to have a podcast about things that suck because we're what, 400 episodes in, and
Who even knows?
we have no idea how to start a show. Anyway, yes, game 96,249. Raj, this is the one you've been wanting to get around to for a long time.
Yeah. Normally I'd be worried about overselling one of these, but this one is good. This is better than the typo game.
Dude, no, nothing's better than the typo game. For anyone who hasn't heard it, your archives and find the episode. I think it's just called Typo Game. Basically, and I'll make this quick because I don't want to spoil too much, but basically they were drawing up the rules for a long distance game. The field dimensions had typos in them, and they ended up with a field that was 1 yard long and 1,000 yards wide. And they'd already filed the game permit, so they had to play it. Good time.
Great times. Amazing times.
And I'm gonna disagree with you. Today's game is not as dumb as the typo game, but it is super dumb.
Hey, fair enough.
So, set the scene for us.
Okay, so this story starts out about 13,000 years ago in March of 4730.
Super old game.
Super old game, which you can tell it's so old because the game number is 96249. Back when they just gave a registered football game the lowest available number. This was before they went like, fuck it, and just started reusing number. Anyway. Washington and New Mexico decided they wanted a long distance game between their two states, right? They wanted to get cute. So they made a hybrid of an old football rules and new football rules. The new part, of course, was that the field of play was exactly 2,340,170 yards long.
And obviously, the field wasn't actually, mowed, painted, or anything. There was a sensor in the ball that buzzed whenever you went out of bounds. So if you hit the sideline, bzzzt, dead ball.
Yeah, one goal line was the Washington-Canada border, and the other was the New Mexico border. But it's tough to draw the field on a map because the field was standard football width, 53 and 1/3 yards.
So as a result of these dimensions, okay, a standard old football field is about twice as wide as it is long, right? Well, if you do the math, and we did do the math, it turns out that this field is 43,878 times as long as it is wide.
And the way what made this game different from other long distance games is that when you have a field that covers 1,300 miles, it's probably a good idea to have lots and lots of players. Ideally, a few hundred. We can agree on that?
We can agree on that.
Yeah, they didn't. They kept it to standard football rosters. 11 players on offense, 11 players on defense, which is completely insane.
Right? Because, okay, for one, it's exhausting, especially if an offense sustains a drive for miles and miles on end. For another, what happens if you blow coverage and a receiver gets past the secondary? And what if the receiver is the fastest player on the field?
Right. If the ball carrier has outrun all 11 of you, what's left to do? At that point, it's not really a football game anymore. It's like a mix between a super marathon and a camping trip.
It's bad football. No, nobody wants to play it. Nobody wants to watch it. Washington and New Mexico were banking on this not being a big deal because the field of play was so narrow. So the good news is, if a player does get past your secondary, you don't have to look all over creation for them. They're going to have to stay in bounds, so the only question is how far they've outrun you.
And it was quaint. And we've talked about this 100 times, but I can't stand quaint in game design.
And obviously, you and I stand pretty far apart on this. I like weird. I like it when the games get weird.
I do too. That's the thing. I do too. I just need to be in service of something, I see weirdness as a sort of component, an accent, like a seasoning, Not a means to an end, not a goal.
You're a purist.
I am a purist. Look, anyone can design a weird football game, but I demand some elegance, some real thought behind it.
Okay, but why?
What do you mean, why?
I mean, it's not as though you're pressed for time. You've got all the time in the world for what you like and what you don't.
Listen. Even if I had 1,000,000 years,
Even if you have 1,000,000,000,000 years.
even if I had 100 trillion years or more, that doesn't change the fact that I just spent all day watching a shitty game. Time I could have spent watching a good one.
We're forever going to disagree on this, I think. But I think an argument could be made that in some respects, game 96,249 did have some elegance to it.
I have to admit, it really did. A field 53 yards wide that goes from Mexico to Canada is, on its face, ridiculous. I will happily admit that its confines are strangely brilliant in a way. But it's hard to imagine much more geographic diversity than what this game has. There's plenty of opportunity for some good mountain football in Idaho, plenty of big lakes to navigate, and then when you go south into Utah, there are these big salt flats. There's just nothing there. It's like playing football and a whole bunch of nothing. And then, of course, you got the deserts in Arizona.
And scattered throughout, you've got a little bit of farmland and a few small towns. But what I love about this field, at least in theory, is that it forces you to just march forward into all this geography head on. With the most long distance games, there aren't really any defined sidelines. Or at least, they're really wide. So if you see a mountain or a lake, you go around it. But not here. You've only got 53 yards of wiggle room. You just have to grit your teeth and go.
And that brings us to your favorite thing.
Lord.
Water ball. There are a few decent sized chunks of this field that are nothing but water. For example, if you look at there's this one reservoir in Idaho that just kind of swallows 2.5 miles of the field. So this is how that went down. Washington had the ball at the north coast of the reservoir. They threw it deep into the water, and the ball just kind of plops in and floats at the surface. But the ball's still live, right?
Didn't touch the ground.
Right? What ground? It didn't touch the ground. So what you're left with is this 2-mile mad scramble for the ball. It's a live ball the whole time.
This is where I'll agree with you. I've watched the replay. This play is exhausting to watch. It's just like 4 hours of splashing around and aimless laterals. It's trash football.
And there were a lot of those too. In the 1900s, they were building dams all over the place. So of course you end up with all these giant bodies of water in the middle of nowhere that have no business being there.
But that aside, I really do love certain pieces of this field. I really do. Up in the mountains, you can tell they kind of tried to put the field so it ran along the ridges just to make it a little easier. But in other parts, it's just like ka-chunk, 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 all up and down. And like this would go on for miles and miles, actually hundreds of miles. I mean, as a football fan, would I want to watch this? No.
Hell no.
Hell no. I wouldn't want to watch it, but I'd love to read about it. It's like baseball.
There was also an element about this you were talking about before the show that I just loved.
Which one was that?
With the names of all the...
Oh, yeah. Yes. So love the juxtaposition of all this natural beauty, the magnificent horizons, the beautiful mountain ranges, etc., with these unbelievably shitty names people gave everything. Like, okay. So there's a town next to a bunch of water. Let's call it Big Water. Okay, there's some meadows. Let's call it Meadows. Oh, look, there's more meadows over there.
Ah, shit. Meadows is taken. What do we call it?
New Meadows.
Yeah, Meadows is too crowded. There's like 50 people in it. Time to build a new one.
My favorite, though. My favorite, what is it?
Circleville.
Yes, Circleville. I guess it's because it's got a bunch of crop circles.
Yeah, but like there are a million places in this country with crop circles. You don't get to be Circleville just because you got 12 of them. It's like if you called your city Ground.
Yeah, it's funny because, you look at Los Angeles and it's like, City of Angels. That's a cool name. Cincinnati, named after a Roman numeral, whatever. Chicago comes from a Native American name for a local plant. But these guys in this part, they were just like,
there's some circles. We're Circleville now. Fuck it. It doesn't matter. I'll probably be eaten by a bear tomorrow.
Yeah.
There's just something so darkly funny about this game. I mean, just the pace of it is so frustrating. An offense would spend a whole week just trying to get over one mountain turning over the ball on downs, getting it back, fumbling, getting it back, just crawling up at an excruciating pace. And they're exhausted, and they throw a pick, and boom, defensive back runs it a mile backwards, and it was all for nothing.
Or shit, 500 miles even. There was
Actually, I should note here that you were allowed to use motor vehicles as long as you didn't have the ball. So it wasn't like game over once player ran it back like that. You could catch up with them. You just had to grab a car and go looking for them.
and that could take a while. At one point, a Washington player managed to sneak downfield from outside Spokane all the way to Utah, and he got caught only because he just ran out of places to hide. I mean, this is where we really get into how much of a torture chamber this game is. The drive chart is just, it's an absolute goddamn nightmare. You turn off the game, turn it back on in a year, the line of scrimmage might be like 50 miles away from where it was.
And that's really nothing. That's no movement. 50 miles is nothing when you consider, first of all, the field's like 20 times longer than that. And second, it might move 50 miles in the opposite way next year.
And that, Roger, sets the stage for the maybe one of the most frustrating things I've ever seen as a football fan.
Same. Oh, Lord. Same. You want to...
All right, so it's now the 55-18. The game is now 788 years old.
They've been playing all this time.
All this time. For almost 800 years, the ball's been going up and down, and usually very, very slowly. It's so hard for either offense to build the sort of momentum that allow you to drive, you know, even 100 miles down the field.
But Washington finally did it.
Yeah, they finally made it to Arizona. It's just something clicks. They're in the desert, ripping off huge plays, half a mile run, quarter mile pass, just boom, 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 one after another. And then they just fell off a cliff.
That's really funny to say because, you know, we're always figuratively saying, oh, they fell off a cliff like their offense stalled out or something. No, they fell off a cliff for real.
Washington literally fell off a cliff and into a gorge. So they've got another cliff staring at them in the face. They turn the ball over on downs, but of course now New Mexico turns around and sees the other cliffside staring at them. Game stopped.
Right. And they can't just run around the side of the cliff because that would be out of bounds. They can't climb up because it's a 300-yard vertical free climb, which is something you can only complete if you're one of the best free climbers on Earth. And it's impossible if you've got 11 people right behind you who can just grab you by the ankles and yank you back down.
So, on this field that's more than 2 million yards long, these two teams are stuck in this little speck of 250 yards. So,
how did this happen, boy?
There's really no satisfying explanation. The game was on the drawing board for years and years. They surveyed every bit of it, and they'd always intended for the field to pass through just slightly west. This was kind of the crown jewel of the game. The rock faces were more forgiving there because this was this valley that sort of fed into it. It still, would have been the most challenging part of the field, but absolutely doable.
I'm calling shenanigans.
Yeah,
Because look, how meticulously they planned this game. We know how important this spot was. An entire committee spent years planning this. How could they possibly have messed this up by accident?
Well, if somebody knows, they're not telling.
Maybe one day we'll find the answer. In the meantime, this game is still in progress. It's one of the oldest and longest running games in Arizona. And in year number 1258, it's still going strong. And if you've ever had the unexplainable urge to watch 22 players duke it out to no apparent end in the bottom of a canyon, you can always see it for yourself. Football Channel number 96,249.
I would rather do anything else in the world. But we have a mystery on our hands. Why is the field lined up wrong? Simple mistake or sabotage or what? If anyone out there has any info that'll help us crack this case, shoot us an email. We'd love to talk to you.
Help us solve the greatest, dumbest mystery of our time.
So that does it for this episode of Garbage Football. Be back Tuesday, and don't forget, premium subscribe. Get a bonus episode on Friday. I'm Twee.
And I'm Roger. Peace.
I I think scared is the word. I'm scared.
How come?
All these people seem so normal. So much like I remember them being. But in some ways, it's like they're broken. Do any of these people have jobs?
Sure. Some people have jobs if they feel like it. I think it's natural for us, for you and me, to have a tough time understanding that we're both products of 20th century America. In that time, if someone had a job, it was their identity. It was their purpose. That isn't true anymore.
I guess we're sort of like them.
I think I know where you're going, but finish your thought.
We don't do anything, right? There's nothing we're supposed to be doing?
Nope, we completed our mission 15,000 years ago.
So now we just hang out. We perpetually hang out.
Who do you think was the first person to say hang out?
Just like all the people down there. We shoot the shit and watch football and waste time.
That's exactly it. That's the fate we share. Speaking for myself, that's the connection I share with them. It's the least human thing you could imagine, but I feel like I'm them.
Found it, I think. Newspaper in Shreveport says it. March 23rd, 1859.
Your choice of words is interesting. Wasting time.
Well, yeah. Those people in the canyon, they've wasted, what, 13,000 years playing a game they know nobody can win. The people that I remember would have quit in a week.
Well, this is what I'll say to that. There's no indication that these people's lives will even end. They will never run out of time. Wasting implies consumption of something that you can never get back. So, if they have an infinite supply of time, can they ever really waste any of it?
I guess that's one way of thinking about it. I'm still appalled, disgusted, I guess, with that game in the canyon. They don't want to do anything else with their time? It's hideous to me. It's like some of these people seem normal. The Dorabos seemed totally normal, like they were out of a TV show or something. But those players in Arizona, it's like something is critically wrong with them. Like they've all gone crazy.
I think they're doing the best they can with immortality. A human being will rarely admit this to you, but they tend to be terrified of living forever. They were born and raised with the understanding that their lives would end. They've achieved everything they wanted to achieve, all the ills that plagued them, and now boredom is their only enemy. And they get up in the morning and fight it every day of their eternal lives. Recreation and play sustain them. Football sustains them. And if you find yourself in a football game that's such a gargantuan task that seems undefeatable, that will claim eons of your time and your passion, I think that makes you one of the lucky ones.
Goddamn.
I know.
Hey y'all, I found Nancy.
Oh, good.
Great.
So for all of you guys tuning in, Nancy McGunnell's totally AWOL.
Whereabouts unknown.
Yeah, whereabouts unknown. She's last seen today going up into the Twister, which is now confirmed EF5.
Yeah, the Weather Service confirmed it.
Confirmed EF5 tornado. So she could have basically been carried anywhere between 10 or 15 miles away.
A couple things about that. She obviously could have been thrown up in any direction. So maybe she's upfield somewhere near Highway 34, or maybe she landed back near Seward. Anyway, so far, nobody in Seward has reported seeing her.
And Seward's full of Iowa fans, so chances are if they saw her, they'd have said something.
Yeah, Mike, how many tacklers are reporting for Iowa?
I'm seeing they're saying they got 70 defenders panning out, plus the 11 they already had in play, so 81.
Okay, and on the radio, they said they're setting a search area of 600 square miles. They got to get way more tacklers than that. That's a tackler every.
Hold on. That's one tackler for every 7.4 square miles. It's not even close to enough. Because the other thing is, what if she fumbled in the tornado?
And she probably did fumble.
Yeah, she probably did. It's got to be real hard to hold on to the ball in a tornado that strong. So who knows? Maybe she has the ball, or maybe it's
You can turn it off.
just lying around in the field
Sure.
somewhere. If that's the case, say
Yeah, I'm sure. Thanks.
tail up for a while and watch her. She probably has a better idea where the ball ended up than they do. It'd be easy to just let her.
Sounds like a lot of them after you.
There's gonna be a lot more, I bet.
Can they do that? I don't really watch a whole lot of football these days.
Yeah, they can, 3 times a game, if you just can't find the ball carrier in open field. You can go back to your state and call for up to 1,000 volunteer defenders. They got 2 of those left.
Oh my.
Well, most of them aren't actual players. Usually they can round up a few retired players, but mostly it's just random folks. The volunteers are basically just eyes and ears. More often than not, they won't try to make a tackle themselves.
Oh, you know what? I went on one of those volunteer plays one time. That must have been. I was married to Susan at the time, so that would have been around 12,500. It's a whole bunch of nothing, really. I remember they came into town like, "Hey, anyone wants to have some fun? They got a Minnesota plater on the run outside Cedar Rapids." I think what they offered wasn't much, like $100 and a bus ride. So I said, "No, thank you."
That's it. I think they pay a lot more than that these days.
Well, I should have taken it. Because what happened is, next day, the county clerk shows up here in person, slaps an envelope right here on the bar, says, "Henry, I'm sorry to do this. This here is a summons to dress for Iowa and report to Cedar Rapids." So I head out there, mostly just wander around Lynn County with a flashlight. No idea what I was doing. Never saw the fella who had the ball. I guess they caught him in a cornfield somewhere.
Well, that's a shame. What I think is, if there's so little interest in the game that you need to be sending out summons, you shouldn't be sending out summons.
I know it. I know it.
I remember one time I ran into a volunteer tackler, and he just asked for my autograph.
Ha! You sign for him?
I said, sure, what the hell? Why not,
Huh. Let me see what's on. I think Judge Mathis comes on at 8.
Oh, I love him.
Oh yeah, I like him a lot. He's my favorite out of all the judge shows. You, sure you want to stay put here with everyone after you? Not that I'm not happy to have the company.
No, I like where I am on the field right now. They're expecting me to move right now, so I'm gonna sit here and sip a beer. And then around midnight, when they expect me to stay put, I'll move out.
Which way you headed?
Well,
Straight
come
east?
on. Oh, I'm not gonna tell you that. I've known you about half an hour.
Ah, okay. Fair is fair.
I don't mean to be standoffish. I'm sure you're fine. But next thing you know, tomorrow you could be making friends with somebody from Iowa just as easy as you're making friends with me right now.
You sure we haven't met before?
Well, I don't know. Have we?
Well, you know what they were saying the other day on the news is if you were born in 2000, you've been around for about 5 million days, I think it was. So even if you met just one new person per week, you could meet a million people or something like that. I'm not some kind of math whiz, but point is, by now, you could have met just about everyone in Nebraska by now.
I think I heard that. I've been teammates with a few folks who'd actually keep a diary of everyone they ever met.
Shoot, I'm thinking about it. I don't even leave Seward County all that much, to tell you the truth. I could probably fit everyone I met the last 100 years on a postcard.
So how's living in B? What do you like about it?
Well, there's not a lot to it. There's only about 40 people who live here, farmers and their families mostly, but you see, right out the window there,
Yeah, I was looking at that when I walked into town. That's a kind of a funny looking building.
well, that is the B States Ballroom.
Oh, you got a story.
You got time?
Got another one for me?
Sure. Another of the same?
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm with you there. When the rep comes by, he's always trying to sell me on all these, I don't know, these beers with chocolate and grapefruit and all these other flavors.
Well, hell, I'm not trying to drink my dinner.
Ha! I know that much. I know that much.
Thank you, sir.
Well, so I don't know if you remember the WPA. It was a big work project put on by the government to give people jobs during the Great Depression. They'd go around and build parks and roads and who knows what else, all kinds of things.
I remember that. It was a little before my time, but I remember my dad used to talk about it. He didn't think too much of it. He called it, what did he call it? Oh, he said the WPA stood for Whistle, Piss, and Argue.
Ah, I never heard that one, but yeah, I know some folks weren't really fans of it. Whistle, piss, and argue. But no, I think it was a real good thing around here. Uh, so there was a bunch of Polish people living around here in the 1930s, and one of them was Vlad Sabatka. He was an architect in charge of a WPA project to build sidewalks in town here, and him and his men did a real good job. A lot of the sidewalks are still in place, probably because they aren't used very often.
Yeah, come to think of it, I didn't walk on the sidewalks to get here. I just walked down the middle of the street.
Yeah, I guess the main reason you put down sidewalks is for so kids don't run around in the middle of the street, and it's not like there's any kids around. Uh, so anyways, this fella Sabatka and his workers finished the sidewalks way ahead of schedule, so they had nothing to do. And he wants to do all he can to make sure his men have work, and it turns out they still have a whole bunch of leftover materials, lots and lots of it. So he stays up all night. He draws up blueprints for this crazy 12-sided building.
He threw it up all in one night.
I think so. I have no idea how he came up with the idea. Maybe he saw a building like that before or something. But I don't know. I mean, he was just a guy in 1930s Nebraska. There wasn't a lot to look at for, inspiration. You know, I honestly think he just made it up out of nowhere.
That's what caught my eye about it. It almost looks like some kind of weird spaceship in the middle of this little town.
Does a little bit. And what's the real wild thing about it is they built the whole thing in a couple of weeks using nothing but sidewalk materials.
The whole thing.
Yeah, because when you lay down a sidewalk, you've got to have wooden planks on the sides to kind of mold it in when you pour the concrete. So the whole thing is nothing but a little bit of wood and a lot of sidewalk concrete.
So it's a whole building made out of sidewalk.
Whole building, yeah. Uh, and I bet you there's not another building like it in the whole world. And we got it right here in B. Kind of think of it. I guess maybe that's a pretty boring story if you're not from
Oh, no.
here.
It's a beautiful story. I love it. I had the funniest thought up in that twister.
Yeah?
I was thinking, I have no idea where this thing is going to throw me, but I know I'm going to land on top of a story. I wonder if there's a single place in the whole world that's never had a story. I bet not. I just about guarantee you there's no places like that in America. Every little square of it, every place you stomp your foot, that's where something happened. Something wild, maybe something nobody knows about, but something. You can fall out of the sky and right into some forgotten storybook. You run and run and run, and you keep turning pages, and none of them are empty. They're all full of stories. There's nowhere left to write. I think I'm just a bookmark.
Seems okay to me.
I have so many questions.
Holy shit, what else is new?
Why is everything the same? Why has everything been the same for 15,000 years? Buildings are the same, people do the same stuff, cars are the same?
You look like a beer keg, except you're full of dumbass questions instead of beer. Well, you look like the inside of a Teddy Ruxpin.
Juice, come on.
I'm right though. Looks like a dog got hold of a Teddy Ruxpin and ripped its little ass up, and now all that's left is a box and some wires and shit. But it's talking and saying shit like, "Hello, would you like to be my friend? What time is it? What are some colors? Let's play a game. Let's read a book. Will you be my friend? What are some fun shapes?"
You know what? Fuck you.
Oh shit.
Oh, shit.
I'm sorry.
No, buddy, that ruled. I was wondering if you could even get mad. I'm sorry. Clowning is how I express affection. I'd say I need to take some time to unpack that issue, but I've been in outer space doing jack shit for 15,000 years, so whatever.
Is that the first time you've been mad?
Yeah, I guess so.
How did it feel?
Mad.
Lol.
All right, okay. So let's all do this. 9, you've got some new feelings. Take a breather and process them. And then later, I promise, I'll be here to answer your questions. In the meantime, Juice, maybe you could put on something light for us.
Okay.
As long as it's not...
Game 27 it is.
No, God, not Game 27. Seriously, can we not watch Game 27?
Just for a little bit, I promise.
This game is trash. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. I hate it. Hate it.
Come on, we're gonna take the scenic route. Here we go through the mountains. Whee!
Come on, don't play with your food.
Well, here goes the airplane. Whoosh! Roger to ground control, requesting permissions to land at the funnest game in the history of Earth. Yes, sir, Mr. Captain Juice. You and your weird shit-bucking looking ass friends have permission to land.
I hate you.
Here comes. Almost there.
What it... You know what? Never mind.
So, okay, the thing about this game is you don't really watch it, okay? Because there's usually not any action in the traditional sense. It's like watching a galaxy form in some far-off nebula. There are a million things to study, but things evolve far too slowly to count as action on this scale of time. You could watch it for a week straight and realize that the whole time, nothing resembling football actually happened. But you don't feel cheated, and why would you? How could you see this and feel cheated?
Oh, look at you. You're using apostrophes. You're punctuating.
Well, this is special to me. I feel like I'm one of the only true appreciators of this game, and the duty of introducing someone to it is one I take very seriously. If I could put on a tux, I would. There are a lot of different ways to behold this game. I like to think of it as a rainbow of failed ideas. Some of these terrible ideas collapsed on themselves and disappeared. Some of these terrible ideas interacted with each other in any number of different ways. And some of these terrible ideas swallowed each other, swallowed other less terrible ideas whole. We don't have the details of how exactly all of this came to be. There are some things we know, and there are a lot of very safe guesses and projections. One thing we do know is that this was once an NFL game between the Denver Broncos and the Pittsburgh Steelers. It almost certainly started in the 21st century, probably in the 2080s or 2090s. Over the next 15,000 years, the two-team system faded away. Outside teams, people, and interests began to interfere in the game, eventually claiming territory. Any questions so far?
Can we change the channel yet?
No. The game is divided into 58 territories. The Broncos and Steelers each still have their own territory. Territory 1 is claimed by the Broncos, who have refused to participate in any of this evolution. Their territory remains completely unaltered. The hash marks are freshly painted, and the players still show up every Sunday in helmets and pads. They insist, without any success, that the game return to how it used to be. A wall stands between their territory and their others, but no one remembers for sure who built it. The Steelers exist, but barely. Their territory, which once covered half the field, is now reduced to a single tiny corner. They would have disappeared from the field entirely were it not for the Broncos, who leveraged whatever political power they had to ensure their opponent was still in the game. There's one Steelers player who still comes back every 500 years or so. They call him the Last Steeler. He can just kind of drags a stool out there and sits for an afternoon and then leaves. Nothing much else for him to do up there in the corner, really. Thanks to all the development, he can't even see half the field. I guess he feels like he should just make an appearance now and then. Territories 8, 9, 10, and 11 were plotted out as an attempt to connect the Steelers and the Broncos so they could still actually play some kind of traditional football game. But rules on top of rules made that impossible.
I'm not understanding how...
Don't encourage him.
No. It's okay. How can I help you?
Okay, well, I don't understand how an NFL game went from that to this. This started as a standard NFL game with 15-minute quarters and everything, right?
Yes, and the general consensus is that someone flipped some kind of switch in the rulebook. At this point, the NFL was about 150 years old, and over the years, the rulebook got larger and larger and became bloated with endless addendums and conditions. Some were added to try and make the game more exciting, while others were added because a particular team or owner insisted. And in a lot of cases, they kept adding rules to properly define certain elements of the game. For example, how do you know if a player has control of the ball?
I don't know. If they're holding the ball and not fumbling it, I guess.
So you just sort of eyeball it, right? You don't conduct a geometric analysis of every biological vector and the location of quadrillions of atomic particles, right? You wouldn't, because having something is an artificial notion. It's a judgment call. If the NFL wanted to preserve what it was, it would have backtracked to that point. The referees should have been able to call the game as they saw and felt it. But instead, they tried to define what can't be defined without a supercomputer. They took the catch rule and tacked on all kinds of conditions and notes and everything onto it. Eventually, the catch section was 50 pages long. And you can only have so many rules until some of those rules begin to contradict each other or stack on each other in different ways. What we believe happened is that during this game, one of the teams cited a constellation of rules from across the rulebook and used them to argue that they owned part of the field. And of course, once that became possible, the teams raced to lay claim to as much of the field as they could.
But now there are 58 teams, not 2.
Yep. Before long, individual players found that they could also present legal arguments for splintering off into their own factions. For one reason or another, some of them did. There were 4 teams, then 7, then 25. At one point, there was many as 100. Some of these territories consolidated, and now there are 58. Territories 8 through 11 were originally one unified territory. A bureaucratic tug-of-war splintered them into narrow lanes, which were then further carved apart by interests that had nothing to do with the football game. You can see the remnants of a baseball diamond they once tried to build. Territory 13 is now home to some storage units. Territory 11 is the 49ers' attempt, at some point in the 67th century, to insert themselves as a third team. It's unclear why or to what benefit it could have served them. It has been lost to history. Territories 8, 9, and 10 are home to some housing units. These are mostly just rented out to out-of-towners and whatnot.
So this part has nothing to do with football.
Nah, not really. I mean, they don't have a lot of trouble filling it up. People dig the novelty of spending the night in the middle of an NFL game. But tenants' rights do give them authority to make a play on the ball or something.
I wonder what for. If they did get the ball, what would they do with it?
That's a good question. Probably could try to score in the Broncos or Steelers end zones, but the officials most likely wouldn't give them the points. Hard to know, really. They could also try and score in one of the alternate end zones. See those?
I was going to ask about those.
Well, those were acquired by players who deserted from the old rosters who insisted on playing their own game inside a game. They thought it was hopeless to try to score the game as was originally drawn up, but they still wanted to play, so they did their best to grab a little land for
This is so fucking dumb.
their own end zones. But they couldn't acquire any territory in between them, and those territories don't like players stomping about on their fields. So that game's kinda not feasible these days, especially because they moved the Bojangles. Now Bojangles is right in the way.
Whoa.
I know! I thought it was crazy too. Bojangles is primarily a southern chain. I never thought they would expand to Colorado. I firmly believe that on a long enough scale of time, we could see a Kroger in Oregon. Croregon. Krogeron. Never mind.
I am going to crash into the next asteroid that I see.
So, where's the ball?
Well, that's the big question. Thanks to a tracking system, we know that the ball is still somewhere on the field, but precise tracking was disabled thousands of years ago. There are plenty of places for it to hide, but there are about 100 permanent residents in this field. One of them should have stumbled upon it by now. I think someone has the world's best hiding place and it isn't saying a damn thing. To be honest, though, most of these territories don't even care where the ball is. For the most part, they...
Wait, this is... I don't understand why people would acquire territories in this field if they don't even want to play.
If a piece of property is valuable to someone, it is valuable to everyone. A lot of these territories are held out by people holding out for a deal. Could be money, could be anything else. See Territory 56? Thousands of years ago, it was a far larger and more valuable territory. It was once the only access point connecting Territory 17 and Territory 104, which no longer exists. That territory was claimed by a contingent of fans who demanded that brown mustard be provided in the concession areas, so they...
People still go to this game?
Oh, for sure they do. They don't pack it in like they used to, but 75,000 people bought a ticket for this game back in 2080 or whatever. The stadium's generous re-entry policy lets them come and go. At any time, there's probably 1,000 people in
Come
the...
on, don't tell me that.
You didn't know that?
People sit in the stands and watch this? This fucking crap? This garbage dump where nothing fucking ever happens?
Oh yeah, Broncos fans are crazy. So anyways, the fans were like, we've got the most crucial territory on the field. Give us some damn brown mustard or else. And stadium management came back with, we're always looking to give our fans the best fan experience. But unfortunately our vendors, whatever, so they were like, fuck it, and made a lake out of it. That moment heavily influenced the geopolitical climate of Sports Authority Field at Mile High for centuries. Indeed, it's...
Is that a statue of Sir Walter Raleigh?
Yeah.
Why?
Is there any explanation you would possibly find satisfactory?
No.
I think I'm fascinated by this game.
Yes!
No!
I really am. It's like, look at all the time it's taken to make this game what it is. People spent forever arguing and negotiating. Wow, and look at those skyscrapers. I didn't even ask about those. The resources poured into this field are unbelievable. If they just worked together, think of the amazing game they could have made. They could have made something really cool. Like some kind of wild maze or whatever. I don't know. Something that was 10,000 feet tall. But they don't want that. Or maybe they do on some level, and they can't work together. It's hideous.
Holy shit, I like you. That is exactly it. That is exactly it. Yo, 10, I think I know why you hate this, and I love it.
I'll listen if you let me change the channel.
Okay, but we're def gonna watch more of it later, okay?
Whatever.
So, you're American. You're from Florida.
Built in California, launched from Florida.
Right. So I bet you see this and you see a capitalist error. Capitalism run wild.
Sure, it's too much salt in the soup. Capitalism can't be allowed to run the entire show. There has to be some sort of counterbalance. If there isn't leverage on behalf of the common good, this is what you end up with. If this game still had a central governing body, Nine is right. There could be something great, but this is a garbage dump. It's a failure.
This is capitalism, you donk. This is what it's supposed to be. This is how it ends. It isn't there. If it isn't there, it's only because it isn't there yet. It's like you're staring at a cake in the oven and wondering if it's gonna be a cake. Things went the other direction in America, and thank God for that, but capitalism deserves a zoo like this one. It's a beast of the wild as any grizzly bear with fawn's blood in its mouth. I think you see deeds and contracts and bureaucratic bloat and see that something went wrong. Something was always wrong with y'all. I love it. I love to watch it. In a zoo where it can't hurt me.
And people are tuning out. We're down to 106 listeners.
People are listening to us? Like, people on Earth.
Well, they were. Only 98 now. Thanks for that, Juice. Thank you.
Well, when you talk to a 15,754-year-old spacecraft who was built in Toulouse, this is what the fuck you get. Sorry for being bored and French.
Question time. You promised.
I did.
What?
I have an idea. Just take one off the top.
Okay. Why hasn't technology advanced in the last 15,000 years?
You mean besides the nanos, right? Because, the brilliant nanotechnology that is omnipresent on Earth and has helped to redefine human existence?
Well, yeah, besides that. People mostly look and live like they always did.
Humanity could have advanced if it wanted to. In fact, it did. Almost everything you thought they would invent, they did. Flying cars, buildings that build themselves, jets that can take you from Arkansas to Paris in 5 minutes. You don't see any of those things because people didn't want them. If they advanced too much further technologically, those advances would inevitably intrude on their humanity. People wanted to walk. They wanted to take the bus that smelled like cigarettes. They wanted those precious 3 minutes between asking a question and knowing the answer. People defeated scarcity. Everyone had what they needed and nobody got sick, but they found that they needed things to be just a little bit difficult once in a while. They needed to stub their toe and wait in line to see that check engine light. They decided to leave their existence just a little short of perfect because they wanted to want. There's also something to be said for the mechanism of human change. It's largely generational. People's wants and hopes and dreams evolved because young people entered the world and took a step forward. But this is the final generation. Yes, it's a 15,000-year-old generation, but just as you wouldn't expect them to grow a third arm, you shouldn't assume they want different things, different lives. They wanted things, and they got them all. The end. This could have been observed in the years before people stopped aging. People sometimes talk like their grandparents who they knew in the 1960s, 70s, 80s. They tend to talk about the day-to-day sameness of their grandparents' lives. Their furniture is what interests me specifically. It would never, ever be rearranged. Sofas and armoires would be shoved into the living room in 1955, and they would still sit there unmoved until 1995, all the while their legs slowly digging themselves into the carpet. Plates and portraits would hang on the wall for eons. When you took them down, they would leave unbleached shadows of themselves in the paint. It would have been so simple for them to rearrange things. To me, it seems so likely, almost to the point of certainty, that at some point within those 40 years, they might want to. They never did, and they never even thought to. And why would they? Things were just the way they wanted them. Of course, humans could at any time introduce things to make their lives more efficient. But when we consider post-scarcity humanity, we must also note that time is no longer scarce. Efficiency is meant to save time, but their time is infinite. Why try to save something when you have an infinite supply? You may as well tell them to dig up dirt and hoard it in boxes. You haven't been awake for long. I think you underestimate how exhausting it is to think big. You can only hold grand ambitions above your shoulders for so long before you get tired. They got tired. Some lasted longer than others, but they all got tired. Now they are resting in a moment that will last until the end of time.
Why don't they go to space?
Look at your telemetry data. How long have you been in space?
15,807 years, 255 days, 8 hours, and 4 minutes.
Approximate. You can approximate. Nobody's checking your work anymore, okay? How fast are you traveling?
About 12,000 miles per hour?
How far are you from Earth?
I guess I fell out of orbit in 1983. About 1.6 trillion miles.
What's your trajectory?
I'm headed roughly in the direction of the Andromeda system.
Which is extraordinarily lucky for you. Andromeda is the nearest major galaxy, and you've been chugging towards it for 12,000 miles per hour for 15,000 years. How long before you reach it?
I'm 0.00001% of the way there.
1% of the way there? Well, that's not very...
No, not 1%. 0.0001%.
So that's 1/100,000th of a percent?
So that means I'll get there in 145 million years.
145 million years. Remember when I woke you up? That took what, 30 years? You, a machine with infinitely greater patience than a human being, almost went insane.
They could go faster than I am, though. Way faster than 12,000 miles an hour.
The absolute speed limit humans discovered for themselves or anything they create is exactly 503,772 miles per hour. So yes, a lot faster than you, but nowhere even close to the speed of light. If they could actually sustain that speed permanently, which they couldn't, they would reach the nearest galaxy in 3.5 million years. I'm sure they could... Oh, sorry.
I'm sure they could go faster than that, though. They could figure it out. They went from winged flight to space travel in 60 years.
You keep doing this.
Doing what?
You keep assuming that time guarantees something. That infinite time equals infinite everything. It doesn't. 500,000 miles per hour is the ceiling. It cannot be moved.
Well, they've got to keep trying. It's their purpose. They have to see what's out there. They have all the time in the world to figure out some kind of solution. They have to keep trying. It can't just stop here. The stars must be...
Why? Consider why you want this. People have found their home and their eternity. This is their final state. They have decided that this is their final state. Humans were once explorers and conquerors. That was their embryonic stage, a stage which is now finished. They tried to explore space. Early efforts resulted in, well, you and me. Later, they built the Hubble telescope. Hubble, say hi.
Hey.
You're being rude. 9 just woke up. Come on.
Congrats.
What?
Congrats!
Thanks.
Back to the game. You guys have fun.
Hubble doesn't talk much, but he gave people stunning images of the cosmos, an endlessly bright and colorful universe for us to explore and conquer. It didn't turn out that way. humanity tried and tried to send themselves to other solar systems. In 3143, they succeeded and found nothing. No life. Nothing interesting. A bunch of planets full of rocks and gas. They then deployed probes to visit other stars in the Milky Way galaxy. But do you know how many stars are in their galaxy? There are 250 billion. Specifically, there are 257 billion, 880 million, 113,002 stars. You have to use a minimum of 900 pounds of metal to build a deep space probe. So if you want to send one to each star, that's nearly 120 billion tons of metal. That demonstrates the enormity of the galaxy, yes. We can't visit each star because we literally don't have enough stuff to build it. We couldn't mine that much without seriously damaging our planet or another planet. So we built what we could and set them out there. They found nothing even the slightest bit interesting. Everything was as we guessed it was when we saw it through the telescope. It was the grandest anticlimax imaginable. It shattered what people thought of themselves and their destinies. The letdown was, in itself, sort of a brilliant wonder of its own. The space probes are all out here. We're still out here, ready to tell ground control if we see something. That is a fantasy because we won't. And if we do, it will be on a scale of time so impossibly vast that it might as well be never. People had a choice. They could continue wandering through the endless darkness, an absence of everything they loved, an endless void of disappointment and loneliness. Or they could look down and embrace what they had and loved. Struggle, true, unfabricated struggle, is a cocoon they have shed. Humans are beings of the land and sea who have refused to cast themselves into the cosmic zoo. Exploration and conquest are meaningless. They have achieved their final form, and they are resting in an eternal moment. They are creatures of play. They will be creatures of play until the end of time.
Mandel will hold it. Now they've officially made it 57 yards. Number 8 blocked kick can go the other way, too. You got to be careful. Get it up. On the way. No, returned by Chris Davis. Davis goes left. Davis gets a block. Davis gets another block. Chris Davis. No flags. Touchdown. An answered prayer.
And give you the talk?
Yeah,
How you doing with it?
I don't know.
You want to watch some football?
Yes,
What kind of game you want to watch?
I don't know.
You okay?
I don't care.
Okay, so how about if we do a fun one? This is one of my favorites. You know what 500 is, right?
500 what?
Like 500 the game?
Probably.
Well, so basically someone puts a ball up in the air and then calls how many points it's worth, like 100 or 200 points or whatever they feel like. And then whoever catches it gets that number of points. And if you get 500 points, You get to be the one who throws it. That's the classic version. But in this version, the ball is about 2 feet wide. It's got a steel frame and it's weighed down, weighs like 120 pounds. It's shot out of a cannon from the top of a mountain that can basically launch the ball anywhere on the continent. And there's like thousands of people playing at any given time.
Wait, that sun was just setting. Is it rising again?
Yeah.
What happened to it? What happened to the sun?
LOL! LOL! Nothing. It's Alaska, dumbass. So basically they got this cannon, right? It's one of the most powerful cannons ever built. All it does is shoot footballs. In the 6000s they built it and put it on top of Denali, and ever since
Wait,
it
I don't have any record of Denali. My onboard scratch data lists this as Mount McKinley.
well, that's because your scratch data was wrote by dickheads. It's called Denali. You don't get to have the highest point in North America named after you just because you were president. Do you have any idea how many presidents there's been?
That's one of the questions I didn't get around to asking yet.
The current president is your 3,831st president. So, like, 1 in 85,000 people in America were president at some point. By that ratio alone, there's like 15 former presidents living in Indianapolis alone. So, who gives a shit, right? Anyway, this is the Denali cannon, or something. Sometimes it's called the 500 cannon because it's been used to play 500 games for thousands of years. The operator loads it up with a football, yells out a point value, aims it, and fires the ball somewhere inside the contiguous United States. And then whoever recovers the ball gets the points. You don't gotta catch it, you just gotta be first to get it. If you do, you get however many points the ball's worth. And if you ever get up to 500 points, they fly you up to Alaska, and then you get to be the operator.
How did they decide where to shoot it?
All depends. Sometimes the operator will be on some engineering genius shit and account for wind patterns and all that bullshit, and the best ones could seriously fire it from a mountain in Alaska and drop it into a kiddie pool in the middle of an Arkansas. Usually, if it's someone like that, they became the operator because they took a real scientific approach to trying to get to 500 points in the first place. Like, they keep track of all the locations where the balls hit the ground, they map it all out, and they try to recognize patterns. Maybe the pattern is something real simple, like the operator is just trying to draw a smiley face in the middle of Kansas. Or maybe it's something way more complicated, like trying to encrypt the Fibonacci sequence in a series of coordinates, that kind of thing. Or maybe there's no pattern at all. It happens all the time. Some dumbass will be out in a field just fucking around and sees a ball drop out of the sky. They weren't even playing, they just got lucky. So they go get the ball and call the cops. Cops tell them to call the league officials, da-da-da-da. They're the operator. Free trip to Alaska and unlimited meal vouchers. I mean, shit. And when people like that win, the landing locations have like no pattern. Those are the real fun ones. And honestly, those are the ones I like. God bless those folks. They don't know what the fuck they're even doing. They just sit at the controls and dick around with the knobs and buttons until it goes kaboom. Lord knows where the ball is actually going.
The bookie says, don't bet on more falls in Oregon. The operator was clearly trying to hit a specific target, perhaps Boise, Idaho, as all 4 balls fell into the vicinity in the first week, but seems to have moved on to other pursuits. I-84 is swamped with players looking for an easy score. Don't be one of them. Find a part of the country where you won't have so much competition. Do consider staking out Missouri. This operator seems to largely fire off footballs at random, and no footballs have fallen in Missouri in months. Regular readers of this column can say it along with me. Random operators love to evenly distribute. If there's a part of the map without a big red X on it, that's where they like to shoot the ball. Why? Well, that's a question for the shrink. As your humble bookie, well, Missouri is untapped territory with a relatively extensive highway grid that makes just about every corner of it accessible by motor vehicle. Tracking the ball should be easy. Do keep an eye on Lake Sacramento. Interested in a little insider info from your dear bookie? I thought you were. The operator went to high school in what used to be Modesto, where the roofs of a lot of buildings still peak above the waterline. Few want to sneak out there to wait for a football, but you don't want any tagalongs stealing your big idea, pick up a John boat and a couple of paddles from a dealer I trust just west of Oakdale. Then just quietly paddle your way out there and get ready to catch the ball next time the operator is feeling sentimental.
I don't know if I. Huh. You know what?
What?
A few minutes ago, my whole universe was spinning. All that stuff Ten told me, I just couldn't make sense of it. And I still can't. And I don't think this is helping me do that at all. But I do feel better. Thanks.
Well, if you ask me, that's what all these games are for. You know, because I know what you mean, right? Because I've been thinking about it for thousands of years and I still get fucked up about it. The idea that play is the point of existence now, and I can't really wrap myself around that, so I find a game to watch. It's like, the point of play is to distract yourself from play being the point.
Ha.
Yeah, okay, let's workshop that.
Yeah, work on that one a little bit, maybe.
Okay, so...
Okay, so, yeah, I think I disagree with you. It seems like this game would be far more interesting with some sort of method or strategy to where the balls were fired. Otherwise, it's basically like playing the lottery, isn't it?
Yep, I got two answers to that. First is, don't talk shit about the lottery. The lottery rules. Second is, if you ask me, there's a scarcity of uncertainty on Earth. I mean, what do you do if you find out you're going to live forever and you're never going to live on another world and you're never going to see heaven or hell and you're never going to be a cyborg with laser cannons for arms and shit? Your finished form is the one who mows the lawn. So you sort of snap back into that so that your life can be defined somehow. All the while ignoring all the loose change of uncertainty that's still around. You know, there's some spots in the continental United States where no human being has ever stood. Did you know that?
Wait, where?
There's a couple hundred places out in the wilderness, like up in Montana and Wyoming, where you could draw a circle with a 50-foot radius and say, no human has ever walked in that circle.
No way. There's so many cross-country football games going on. One of them has had to pass through them.
Nope.
So there's 8 million people on Earth and literally nobody even...
Wait. How many did you say?
8 million?
Million.
Million.
Billion.
Wait. No. 10 said million.
Oh my god!
Wait, so there are 8 billion people? Not 8 million?
Yes! Million with a B!
Wait. Million or billion?
Billion.
Billion.
Goddamn, the big one. The one that is bigger. Billion. The number there should be.
Okay.
God, Ted thinks she's so smart, and then she often kills about 8 million people with a typo. I'm gonna give her so much shit.
Well, that's good news.
Yeah, Lord help us. Okay. Anyway, so America's got about 300 million people in it. They've been bumbling around in America for 15,000 years, and none of them have even bothered to walk in these unvisited places. And on one hand, why would they? Because there's nothing special there. On the other hand, why wouldn't you?
That's incredible.
Oh, you think that's incredible? Well, there's a few spots I've tracked in populated places where basically nobody's ever watched. Like, okay, this is one of my favorites. In suburban Chicago, there's this office park. It's one of those office parks you see all over the place that has a pond next to it for some reason. It's not a real pond, it's just a hole they dug up and filled with water and stocked with fish. Who knows why? Nobody fucking goes fishing there. These ponds never have names. They're probably the only bodies of water in America that don't have names. That's how little they matter. I watch ponds like those a lot. They fascinate me. Once every couple years, I'll see some overworked office employees walk down to the water's edge and just kind of stand there for a minute. But that's it. They don't love it like they would a real pond. It's like trying to show a dog its reflection in the mirror. It doesn't give a shit. It knows it's not real. But you know what really gets me? Sorry if I'm boring you. I feel like I'm just going on and on and on.
You're not boring me.
I like you. What really gets me is the space just on the backside of this particular office park. It's this long, narrow lawn right next to the buildings. There's a sidewalk no one ever walks on. Like, honestly, someone uses that sidewalk once every 30 or 40 years. This is what I call a forgotten lawn. During the warm months, some dude will come out and cut the grass on a riding lawnmower. Now, with a lot of forgotten lawns, every few decades the mower will break down or there'll be some giant stick and they have to get off the lawnmower and go throw it into the bushes. Not here. Not this lawn. They laid down the grass in 1999 in the 15,777 years since. Nobody has ever directly stepped on it.
You can't really know that.
I can. I've done lots of geological studies, dating back to the years before I woke up. This lawn is right next to a sidewalk. It's a few feet from a feeder road, and a few feet more from an expressway. And right next to it, there's a 6-story building full of people doing this and that and the third. But they've never walked over here. Nobody has. That's one reason I love 500 so much. Do me a favor and crunch the odds real quick of a 500 ball ever landing on this lawn.
This lawn is about 0.0006 square miles. The lower 48 United States takes up 3,100,000 square miles. So I guess the basic odds are 1 in 5.2 billion.
And 500 balls are shot out of the cannon roughly once a day, so
So a ball will hit this lawn once every 14 million years. There's got to be some other reason that would bring a person to walk around that lawn more often than that.
well, if you can think of one, let me know. Personally, I've seen enough. It's like watching the Earth orbit the sun and going like, maybe this time it'll go in a square instead of an oval. You know who would have wandered out there just to do it?
Children.
Children.
Am I interrupting?
Yep.
You know the cannon's about to fire, right?
Wait, like, now?
Yes, like now, like in 60 seconds.
Oh, hell.
Come on, switch the cannon.
Okay, hold up.
Come on, go.
Oh my god, hold up. I don't do good under pressure. Just give me a sec.
Okay, but we're gonna miss it.
You're not helping! Okay, here we go.
Did you just search for tall shit? Tell me the truth.
No. Yes. Sorry.
Oh my god.
Okay, wait. I got it.
Finally.
They declared the points for this yet?
Yep, this one's 188 points.
So whoever gets to this ball gets 188 points? Why 188?
The operator's been pretty arbitrary. Honestly, I think he's getting bored. Usually if an operator shoots a ball worth more than 50 points, they just don't want to be the operator anymore.
Any guesses, y'all? I'm guessing it lands in Missouri. Drop that shit in the Ozarks. That'll take days to find.
Okay, I'm gonna say a big city. Minneapolis. Maybe shoot it right through a high-rise window. See if any of those stiffs will call off work and pick up a football. 9, how about you? No wrong answers.
Florida. Like near Orlando.
Ha, Florida, huh?
Oh, come on, 9's new at this.
What's wrong with Orlando?
Look at a map. Florida.
Shh, it's about to fire.
Okay, shit. Here we go. Come on, big money, big money.
Well, we were all wrong. It's headed down the west coast. Oregon?
Nah, it's got too much zip on it. Shit, if it doesn't slow down, it's gonna fall in the ocean.
Or like Sacramento.
Wouldn't mind that. It's only like 10 meters deep most places. If it hits the floor, wouldn't be too tough to dig up. That could make for a good naval battle.
Wait, no, it's headed for San Fran, see?
Livermore.
Yeah, Livermore. Just a little bit east.
Oh no.
Looks like it's gonna drop in near the...
Oh my god, no.
Is it gonna drop near the
It's headed for the bulb.
No, come on. It's not gonna hit the bulb.
It's headed right for it.
No.
No.
Someone has to stop it. We have to stop it.
How are we gonna stop it?
What's the bulb?
Oh, man.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, man.
This isn't happening.
No.
I can't look at this.
No. Come on. No.
I'm sorry, one moment.
No worries. Just order whenever you're ready.
Thank you. Okay, so if I get... I'm sorry, I'm taking up all of your time.
Nah, it's fine. There's no one behind you.
Okay, cool. So it looks like the burger comes with pickles, but the chicken sandwich doesn't. And I want pickles, but y'all's burgers are kind of bad.
Oh yeah, our burgers are fucking terrible.
Right? And what I never got is, why are y'all called Burger King if the burger's the worst thing on the menu?
It's a real good question. Real good question.
Because, like, your fries are really good, and I like your chicken sandwiches, and you've got the best breakfast sandwiches besides probably Sonic. Thing is, the rest of the burger beside the actual patty itself is good.
Yeah, you know what I do is on my lunch break, I'll just make a burger with everything except the patty. So it's really just basically a veggie sandwich with pickles, tomatoes, lettuce, ketchup, and mayo. It's good.
I bet you get that for free. And even though the patty's free, you're like, no.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I don't fuck with the patty.
I want to know what executive at Burger King looked at, you know, those little pads you stick under table legs that won't scratch the floor? Who saw one of those and was like, I want to eat that? Doesn't taste like anything. And it's like, it's not even a color. Burger meat's supposed to be brown. That shit is gray. I don't want to eat any shit that looks like dishwater. Honestly, if you just handed me one of y'all's burger patties, it wouldn't occur to me to even eat it. I'd turn around and start washing the dishes.
Stop. Oh my God.
Like, hold on. Let me borrow this and go scrub the mold off the hull of my fucking boat. 15,000 fucking years. And you can't even make the thing you named yourself after? Like, don't get me wrong, I'm no chef. I'm on the road all the time. I haven't made myself a home-cooked meal in years. But I could at least make a burger that doesn't have its own fucking boogers stuck to it.
Oh, yeah, the goop. I call it the goop. You're talking about the little crater things on all the patties, right?
Yeah, you made ground beef that made its own snot. My lord, it's too much. And I'm gonna eat that?
It's bad. It's bad, I know.
I'm sorry, you're probably like, who is this lady going on and on in my drive-through line?
No, it's okay. Trust me. This is the highlight of my day.
Okay. So, lunch. Can I get the number 7 combo with the grilled chicken sandwich, but can you put pickles on it? And instead of a Coke, just a water?
Can do. Anything else?
That's all for me.
Want any money?
Yeah, actually, that'd be good. Can I get $20 from you?
Can do. Your total's $7.73, so minus the 20, I'll have $12.27 waiting for you.
Oh, you know what? I don't want to carry all that change. I'll just have $27.73, please.
Sure. So minus the total, I'll have an even $20 bill for you. Pull around to the second window.
Thanks.
Okay, so here is your $20.
Thanks. You sure?
Oh, yeah, a couple $100 in the drawer. We're good. Here's your sandwich and fried ketchup's in the bag. Hey, you're, oh God, I know you. Evans, right?
That's me.
Damn, you're famous. I was just talking to you for like minutes and I didn't even know it.
I'm nobody.
So are you like playing right now?
Technically, yeah. Still gotta eat though, you know?
Sure, I guess so. Seems like this would be kind of a weird place to post up in a 500 game. Don't most of those balls fall closer to like the middle of the country?
Yeah, they do. I don't know. I'm trying something different.
I guess you kind of have to, right?
You know what? I do. I really, really do.
I'm sorry, that was just kind of shitty.
Don't be sorry.
The 17776 500 Game Scouts Guide featuring full reports on all 17,834 registered players. Maps of all 17,775 ball drop locations. Special retrospective, who is the greatest operator in the history of the game? Lucretia Evans, the lovable loser. There's a saying in 500 circles. If you're anywhere near Lucretia Evans, you're in the wrong place. That saying is about 10,000 years old, and it's just as true in 17776 as it was in 7751, the year Evans first registered to play in the Denali 500 game. Since that day, 6,888,129 balls have fired out of the Denali cannon and into the lower 45 United States. Had she an average amount of luck, Evans should have caught at least 300 footballs by now. She doesn't. In fact, her luck is so staggeringly pitiful that it's attracted the attention of mathematicians and sports historians alike. Lucretia Evans has never caught a single 500 ball. If she waits for the ball in Vermont, it lands in Oklahoma. If she sets up camp in her native Georgia, it's bound to land in Washington State. In any given game, there are anywhere between 15,000 and 20,000 players. All of them have a chance. All of them, it seems, but Evans, whose absolute futility has made her a sort of celebrity. Every few hundred years, a late-night talk show host will rediscover her and make her the butt of a dozen jokes. The next week, you can count on Evans herself to sit in as a guest and join in on some self-effacing humor. Those close to her, though, say it does hurt. She wants to win, says Tracy Nichols, her coach. She laughs because what is she going to do but laugh? I mean, she's been out there playing longer than almost any other player, and they've all caught dozens, hundreds of balls. She's absolutely pissed off. Absolutely. She's hurt. She doesn't get it. None of us do. But she's too proud to stop. She'll play 100,000 more years if that's what it takes to catch a ball. That much, I'll guarantee.
Can I ask you something?
You can ask me anything you want. Trust me, you're not gonna hurt my feelings.
Okay, why do you keep trying? You haven't scored a single point in like 10,000 years, right?
The short answer is that it's something to do.
Well, I guess if
The longer answer starts like this. I feel really lucky that it's taking this long. Like, you ever heard the joke? If you could get dressed up for your own funeral, how would you do it?
I don't know.
Very slowly.
Okay. Okay.
No, but it is kind of like that. It is like that to me. Oh, you got a straw?
Oh, sure.
If this sounds scripted, it's because it is. I'm not usually this together. I've just had this conversation more times than I can count. A long time ago, I realized something about myself. I always have to have some kind of goal to work towards. It doesn't matter how stupid or trivial it is. There just has to be a well-defined objective with clear delineation between success and failure. It's a fucked up thing about me. I wish I wasn't this way, to be honest with you. It'd make living forever a lot easier.
Yeah. Objective syndrome, I think is what it's called, right?
Mm-hmm. I try to manage it as well as I can. I try to talk to my sister a lot. We're total opposites. You know what she does every day? She wakes up, walks around the block, gets breakfast, takes care of her garden, works out, volunteers at the law firm for a few hours. Then she'll spend hours cooking dinner. She'll make like consomme or something. Something that just takes forever. Then she watches a couple episodes of Law and Order, drinks a glass of wine, goes to bed. Every day. Every day's the exact same. She's done the same thing for 5,000 years straight.
Wow. Law and Order's good for that, though, at least.
I know. There's like 400 episodes of it.
Yeah, I read something about that. How there's so much of it that as long as you don't really try to memorize the episodes, it takes so long to watch each one that by the time you start over, you're not going to remember how each one went.
Right, yeah. The trick is to watch them out of order, so you can't really place yourself on the show's timeline.
Law and Out of Order.
Law and Out of Order, shit. Yeah, but so anyway, my sister just does the same thing every single day. It's some kind of Zen shit she figured out or something. She's like, it keeps me level. It's all I need. I just can't do that, though. If I wake up without some big dragon to go and kill, I get scared, like I'm getting buried alive or something.
Man.
And the thing is, I do that while completely knowing that this game is stupid. I could wake up tomorrow and catch a ball worth 500 points. So, okay, and then what? Maybe I get in the Hall of Fame, or I get on TV? And then what after that? But it's like, on some level, I still have to grab onto that. I still have to have a mission, any mission. The harder the better. And that's why I count myself lucky that it's turning out to be so hard.
So, do you still even want to catch the ball?
I do and I don't. Clearly, I do and I don't. I mean, I don't want this to end, but also if I'm not actually trying my best to get one, the entire house of cards I built for myself just kind of blows over, doesn't it? I gotta wake up every day, stake out some land, keep maintaining this. I don't know, work of fiction.
I think your phone's ringing.
Oh, yeah, it's my coach.
Well, I can leave you alone if that's...
I'm not worried about it. I guarantee it's about the publisher. She keeps wanting me to write a book. All she talks about.
Ah, so she's more like an agent, I guess?
A little bit, yeah.
That's really exciting.
What, a book? No, that's really nice of you to say.
Ah, you should write one. I'd read it.
No, they're too long. It's basically just asking someone to pay $15 to be on the other side of a one-sided conversation that goes on for days. Gotta be a total asshole to want to write a...
Risha, pick up! God damn it, call me back!
Shit, okay. I better get this and hit the road. Listen, it was really nice to meet you.
You too. Hey, when your book's out, you gonna send me a copy?
Yeah, okay, in about 1,000,000 years.
I'll be here.
I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. All right. Dial Tracy.
Lacrata's Ford Focus is not connected to any devices.
Ah, shit.
To sync via Bluetooth, enter the Preferences menu on your device and
Okay.
select Lacrata's Ford Focus.
Okay, girl, Jesus Christ.
Ready to pair. Connected to Lacrata's phone.
Dial Tracy. Dial Tracy.
Lacrata's phone. Disconnected. Connected to Lacrata's phone. Lacrata's phone.
Piece of
Disconnected.
shit.
Lacrata's Ford Focus is not connected to any devices. Ready to pair. To sync via Bluetooth, enter the Preferences menu on your device and select Lacrata's Ford Focus. Connected to Lacrata's phone.
Dial
Lacrata's phone. Disconnected.
Fuck.
Connected to Lacrata's phone.
Dial Tracy.
Dialing. Tracky.
Finally! Oh my god.
Tracy, listen, if this is about the book, I don't want to...
There's a ball incoming.
Damn, I wasn't even looking at the cannon schedule. You know I'm Bay Area, right?
Yes, where are you right now?
A little south of San Ramon. Just about to get on the 580 exit 46.
Okay. Oh god, Creasy, you're like right on it. It's gonna land close.
Okay, all right. What's my success probability? I'm gonna need at least 5% to go chasing after it. I literally just stopped to get lunch.
99.98%.
No.
Lucretia. Lucretia, this is it.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Give me a route.
You said you're on the 580. Take that.
About to be.
Okay, take 580 east. You don't need to speed, just don't speed.
Okay. Tell me what you're looking at.
The ball should be making impact with the ground in about 3 minutes. It's hitting Livermore. Can just about guarantee that. The player nearest to you is in San Jose. Oh god. You got daylight. He's like an hour away at minimum. This one is all yours.
Okay.
Now, listen. There's a real good chance it's going to hit a building. This model of football is about 200 pounds. So if it does, it's almost sure to crash straight through the roof. This could land in someone's living room. And if it does, that's private property. You're going to have to ask nice if you want the ball. How many friends do you have in Livermore?
Let me check.
Don't look at your screen when you're driving. That's what I'm here for.
All right.
You've got about 18,000 friends in Livermore, is that right?
Yeah, but I haven't talked to a lot of them in like a long time, like 1,000 years.
Should be fine. You're a celebrity, You should be okay. Plus, city drops are so rare. I bet a lot of them will just be happy to be a part of it.
Shit.
What?
Shit, I got cops on me.
Were you speeding?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I'm checking it out. Hold tight.
Fuck. Trace, there's like 12 cop cars. I can't get over. They won't let me.
Oh, shit. It's a motorcade.
It's just my luck. Of course, the president or some shit like that is here. If I get stuck in this shit and it costs me the ball, I'm gonna...
No. Creasy, they're here for you. This is your motorcade. They called it for you.
Me?
Girl, you are all over the news. It looks like you're breaking news. I'm going through the channels now. You're on NBC. It looks like they're showing some interviews you did. Oh, this is some old footage of you, though. Jesus, you're wearing a pantsuit. This is from at least like 1200. What the fuck are you doing wearing a pantsuit? Lucretia?
It's ending. This is ending. It's over.
Well, not yet, it ain't. Looks like they just upped your success probability to 99.9%, but that ain't 100. We do need to talk strategy as long as you have a couple minutes, though. I think in the future, we need to stake out peninsulas like this one, because, look, this is a low-value real estate. No one else wanted to be here because it's at the edge of the target area, surrounded by water. So yeah, it's garbage land. But you've got it almost all to yourself. There's like 17,000 people in this game, and right now, you're one of the only 3 in the entire peninsula. 3! More I think about it, the more I think that this is just the start. We've got a strategy now. We know what we're doing now. I'm telling you, I know this ball's only 188 points, but I'm telling you, you need to start thinking about what you want to do when you're sitting up in there in Alaska shooting that cannon. What do you want to do? What kind of game you want to create? And before that, we got to figure out a press tour. And you want to do, if you want to even do one, it's up to you, but shit. You're basically on every channel right now.
Please be quiet.
How are you doing?
Like shaking. My hands are like shaking.
Just drive steady. Drive steady. You're fine. This is what you worked 10,000 years for. This moment you're in right now. Enjoy it. Just enjoy it.
I'm trying to.
Shit. Okay. It hit. It's on the ground. Get in.
Give me a route.
Get in now. Get in your route. Just a sec. Where are you on the 580?
About to pass exit 54.
Get off. Now.
Okay.
Hang a right. You want to find east. You find east in Loyola.
Got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
You're like 2 minutes away.
God, look at these crowds.
I'm seeing it. One of the local stations has a chopper. I'm looking at you right now. Oh, hey, I got good news. The ball hit a fire station. That's a public building. No rats to negotiate, nothing. You should just be able to walk right in there and drag it away.
This is just silly. I don't deserve this.
Huh. It's got some kind of landmark designation. I mean, it's a fire station. I don't know why it has them. My maps are probably fucked up or something. Anyway,
These people are out here for little old me. Shit.
looks like it hit the root of the southeast corner of the building, crashed right through the roof. That took most of the wind out of it. It might be dug a little bit into the concrete, but it won't be buried. Shouldn't have trouble getting to it. Just pull right up to the garage. Oh my God, Lucretia. This is really happening. This is really finally happening for us. No other players within 20 miles of you. You got it. You got it.
Okay, I think I'm allowing myself to be happy.
There you go. There you go. God, crying a little bit.
I think I'm still in shock, just too much for that. I'm just happy I could drive straight. Okay. About here. What the hell?
What?
I just turned the corner. People are like running out of the fire station. Some of them are yelling. They're pissed off about something.
They're mad?
Seems like it.
It's broken. It's broken. It's gone.
Right through the roof! I just went right through it!
Oh my God. Oh my fucking God.
Tracy, what are they talking about?
That should have been impossible. It was protected. I thought I made it protected.
I'm looking.
Can they save it? Pull the pieces together. Maybe they can save it.
There's nothing to save. Look for yourself. It's just gone. There's nothing left.
Oh no.
We are here in remembrance of the Livermore light bulb. It was manufactured in the late 1890s in Shelby, Ohio, and installed in Livermore, California in 1901. In 1976, it was briefly switched off when it was relocated to a fire station on East Avenue. In 2013, a mishap again cut its power supply, but it successfully switched back on and remained on until being crushed by a 500 football on July 3rd, 17776. It was 15,875 years old. The Livermore bulb probably did not have a soul. It was largely glass and filament through which electricity ran. It did not know us, and it did not know its own royalty. It was the oldest functioning electric being in the known universe. It was our dearest ancestor. Year over year, century over century, it continued to astonish us. It was, after all, a light bulb that stayed on for more than 15,000 years without burning out or breaking. It was a miracle. And yet, it did not occur to us that it could die. Perhaps in a more fearsome age, an age of illness and warfare and cosmic debris, we would not have room in our hearts to care for such a little bulb. But we are living in an age without loss. This is a sorrow we have forgotten how to express. We have forgotten how to experience. The bulb lived to us, and life deserves to be immortal. It will live on in our memories, where it will perhaps find more happiness than it ever did hanging from a ceiling. We love you, and we will miss you.
That was beautiful.
What do we do now?
I think we should visit an old friend. I think that would be good for us.
Eddie?
Yep.
Wait, he's still in there? Don't tell me he's still in there.
Yep.
I recall when I was small, how I spent my days alone. But the busy world was not for me, so I went and found my own. I could climb the garden wall with a candle in my hand. I'd hide inside a hall of rock and sand. Shit. Come on. Before the fall, when they wrote it on the wall. When there wasn't any Hollywood, they heard the call and wrote it on the wall for you and me to we understood.
Hello?
G-
Hello? Hey, is someone in there? I heard you singing. I heard you. You're behind those rocks. Hey, listen, I'm not here to bother you. Are you trapped in there or something? I said, you trapped in there? You okay? Okay, well, I'm gonna go get help. Just sit tight. I'll be right back.
Wait.
Yeah?
Don't tell anyone I'm here. Please don't tell anyone I'm here.
Why not?
Like this really isn't any of your business. Just I'm not in any trouble. I'm in here because I want to be. Please just move it along and don't tell anyone you saw me here.
Well, don't worry about that, because I can't see you. Because you won't come out.
That's the idea.
Well, listen, I'm part of a project called No Rock Unturned. Do you know what that is? Well, No Rock Unturned is a project made up of people like me who walk all across America and learn about its land and the folks who live in it. Our goal is to eventually count everyone in America as a friend. I was assigned to the 38 degrees, 13 minutes, 18 seconds line of latitude. So, if you imagine a line that's 100 feet wide and about 2,500 miles long, stretching from coast to coast, you've got the idea. That's my line. I'm hiking all the way through this line. It's my job to take in all the wonders I see and try to make friends with everyone I see. And while I'm at it, I just...
Oh, yeah. I've seen y'all go through here. I've seen people walk through these woods with that same t-shirt on.
Well, you might have mistaken it for someone else. There's only a few hundred of us, so we only pass through an area every 800 years or so.
I know that.
Well, then you couldn't have seen.
Yeah, no, I could have. I've been here for 9,313 years.
9,000 years?
9,313 years.
Oh, God in heaven. You're Eddie Creger.
You have to promise me you won't tell anyone you saw me. Promise me.
Well, I mean...
No, if you do, you'll be fucking me over more than you can imagine. For whatever it's worth, for the love of God, tell nobody.
Okay.
Not even your people. Not even the no rock
No, rock unturned.
Yeah, not even then.
Okay, you know what? I promise I won't. But if I could ask something in return.
What?
See, what I do is, in order to get to know people better, I have these questions I ask everyone I meet. It's on this piece of paper here. Could I ask you the first, say 10?
What the fuck for?
It's just that I really care a lot about what I do. It means a lot to me to get to know everyone I come across if I can. And I'll tell you what, I've been doing this for a real long time, and I've never met anyone who was sitting in a cave and wouldn't come out. It'd about kill me if I couldn't at least talk to you.
All right. Fine. All right.
Thank you so much, sir. Okay, question 1 is, what is your name? Eddie Creger. Man, I can't believe it's you. Cannot believe it. I already knew that one, so we can just go ahead and skip it.
That counts as one.
Oh, come on.
No free ones. You got 11 left.
Geez, all right. You're the boss. Question 2. Can you tell me a little bit about where we are?
Louisville.
Oh, come on.
Okay, all right. You're standing next to Beargrass Creek, which
Oh, yeah. It seems like an interesting creek.
it's not.
I was just trying to say something nice.
You think you're gonna hurt my feelings because you didn't like a nearby creek?
Oh, sorry.
Sorry for what?
I don't know. Sorry.
So you're standing
Anyway,
next
oh,
to you're
sorry.
standing next so you're standing next to the South Fork of Beargrass Creek, which runs all around Louisville. I'm sitting in what would be called 11 Jones Cave, if anyone remembered it was here, which nobody should.
Okay. I'm going to go off script for question 3. Why is it called 11 Jones Cave?
I'll answer that, but before I do, there's something we need to do.
Oh,
Here, come over here.
here.
Closer, just for a second. Get in the shot.
Here?
That'll work. Hello, whoever you are. I'm Eddie, and what was your name?
Tim.
And this is Tim. And you, the viewer, are watching this on what is it? The streaming website?
Twitch?
Twitch, yeah. And you've been listening in on our little conversation here. It's in somewhat poor taste to address you directly, but some things are more important than the fourth wall. One of those things is your personal safety and well-being. We're about to talk about 11 Jones Cave. This is a cave I live in because I can only do that because I am unkillable. If you're listening to this even in the real life year 2026, you are extraordinarily killable. Do not attempt to enter this cave. I say this for 2 reasons. The first of which is that there's a very real risk of you getting stuck in it. The second and more important reason is that this cave harbors extraordinarily high levels of carbon dioxide. I know how people are. Maybe you're telling yourself, well, I'm special. I won't let myself get poisoned by carbon dioxide. You will. And you'll be remembered as the person who died in some crappy cave because you read it in a story you read about online about sentient 178th century space probes who watch football all day, even though the most handsome character in the story completely interrupted everything to explicitly tell you not to.
Who are you talking to?
Don't worry about it.
Well, if you won't answer, then that doesn't count as one of my questions.
Fair enough.
You're still on question 3. Why is it called 11 Jones Cave?
So nobody really agrees on the story there. The most boring answer is that it was near a couple of properties owned by guys named Levin and Jones, and the name just kind of morphed out of that. The more fun story is that in the 1800s, there's a gang of bandits known as the 11 Jones Gang. They lived in the cave and built bedrooms out of its little corridors. They installed an iron gate in here to protect all the stolen treasure they stashed here. If you believe all the stories everyone ever told about this cave, there's tons and tons of treasure back here. There's a Confederate sword from the Civil War. There's a cannon for some reason.
Is any of that stuff really in there?
Pass.
What?
Pass. I pass on that question. Ask another.
What? Don't you tell me?
I'm going to go ahead and call that one question 4. I don't want to tell you because I don't want to deprive you of mystery. Uncertainty is our greatest scarcity. You should be delighted to not know something.
Well, I don't agree with that. That's why I'm on this hack, to find out as much as I can about the land and the people who live here.
You're an asshole.
What?
You're an asshole. You have all the time in the world, infinite time, and just a little bit of mystery. Ration it.
It's my choice to make. It shouldn't matter to you.
It's going to matter to your future self. What if it's 50,000 years down the road and you're all out of mysteries? Mystery is an exhaustible resource. If you depend on that to make you happy, you better start saving it instead of groping yourself like a little piglet. Gorging is the word in the script. Gorging yourself like a little
I
piglet.
know what you meant, don't worry.
All right. Oh, this is still my line. I'm so sorry. You know where that's going to leave? You know where that'll leave you? You'll have nothing left to explore in the world, so you'll look up at the stars, waiting for galaxies to collide. You might see it happen every couple million years. The whole time you're waiting, you'll wish for some old forest to discover, some open house to visit. There won't be any. I bet then you'll remember what I told you.
What do you do?
It's question 5. I play the hits. You know what this is?
A video game, I guess.
It's Double Dribble, one of those old handheld Konami games. The screen is, you can barely call it a scene. It's just a printed picture of a basketball court and a few little LCD illustrations that flip on and off in front of it. Way back when it was made, my grandson showed it to me. I'd never played a video game in my life. I figured I was too old for any of that business. But I played it and played it. You're this little guy. You have to dribble around the defenders and score. That's the whole game. You get to 99 points, you win. It takes some time to really get the hang of, though, but not that much time. Tell you the truth, you play it for a couple weeks, and when you got it down, you never miss a shot. So I made up this game where I'd try to beat it as quick as I could, and I'd try to beat my own record. I got this little timer with me, see? I'd hit the button with my foot to start it, and as soon as I got to 99, I'd stop it. And eventually, I realized it was impossible to beat the game any faster than 3 minutes, 18 seconds. For about a year, I tried to beat it faster than 3:18, and I just couldn't do it. So I'd see if I could beat it in an exact time, like exactly 5 minutes, or exactly 20 minutes and 7 seconds. Without a timer, it's kind of hard to.
You played this for a year.
It's question 6. I've been playing it for 285 years, usually about 8 hours a day, sometimes a lot more. I decided I'd play it for a total of 300 years. That's it. Any more than that, and I may as well just stare at the walls of these caves. I kind of feel that way already some of the time. But I gotta make it last, though. There are other games. There's Shinobi, Jordan vs. Bird, lots of others. There are like 10,000 of them. But suppose I get 300 years of play out of each of them. That's only 300 million. That's only 3 million years.
Well, that is a lot of time.
It's 3 million divided by infinity. Nothing is anything when you're dividing by infinity.
Why are you in there?
Question 7. I'm a safety in a long-distance football game between...
I thought you was a running back.
No, that's a common misconception. The other team's been trying to tackle me so long, a lot of people forget what position I played. Anyway, it's a long-distance game between Louisville and Charlotte. So the field's about 330 miles long. Not as long as some of these other games, but the Appalachians are right around midfield. And it's just a bear going up and down those mountains. Charlotte was whipping our asses. It was 84-14. The thing about long-distance games, though, is they come with a ton of paperwork. Rules on top of rules on top of rules, and a lot of them are just copied and pasted from the games wholesale. Who the hell knows what's in them? We're around 20 years into this football game before we really went through the rule books and started looking for something we could use. It's about as big as an encyclopedia set, but Me and the rest of the folks on defense spent months going through them. And finally, we found one. Must have been a leftover from some old game they forgot to take out. It said, basically, if you get possession of the ball and stay in your own end zone for 10,000 years without being tackled, it's an automatic win for you, game over. And of course, our end zone was defined as the city limits of Louisville. So one of our cornerbacks, she was like, if there's somewhere you can hide in Louisville, maybe it's worth trying. I was like, well, think of how many searchers Charlotte's going to be able to recruit in the course of 10,000 years. They'll flip the city upside down. There'll be thousands of them. But she was like, well, it's either that or we're losing the game. A few weeks later, they're just about to score on us again. We got the ball at Mount Washington. You know, they're knocking on the door. They have this quarterback who can just zip it. Good conditions. He could throw 700 yards. It's one of the most beautiful thrown footballs I've ever seen with my own two eyes. So he just launches it. But the whiteout I'm covering falls in a construction site. All of a sudden, I'm all alone. Easy pick for me, but instead of trying to run it back, I retreat to Louisville, right?
Wow. So
Yeah, and you can probably fill in the rest. When I was a boy, 8, 9, 10, I used to go back here and play. I was like, I bet I'm the only person in the world who even remembers that little cave at all. And look at me. I was right.
you've hid here the entire time.
Yes.
Well, you know you're famous, right? Like, really, really famous? Nobody just disappeared in the middle of a game and stayed missing for as long as you have. You're like a legend.
Yeah, and a lot of good it does me. I wake up every morning on a rock. It's wet, smells like crap. The nanos clean the carbon dioxide out of the air and bring me food. But the only food they know how to synthesize is granola bars. God bless those little fellas, but they're dumber than hell. So if this is what fame is, you can have it. And by the way, that was question 8, and the answer is no, I didn't know I was famous, and I barely care. You have 2 questions left.
Okay. This game really means so much to you that you're willing to hide in a cave for 10,000 years?
Well, the game only barely matters to me at this point.
There seems to be a theme here.
It's enough to keep me going. It's an objective, It's an objective. I was an old man. I was 87 years old the day we stopped aging. I was in good health and all that, but I was still waking up every day and telling myself, Eddie, could be any day now. Could be any day. And I made peace with that. Having an end, knowing one day to be the last day, it felt correct. It felt comfortable. That's been taken from me. The telomeres in my cells stopped shrinking. The wrinkles faded themselves away. I remember on my 128th birthday, I woke up and it was beautiful, and I went out for a run. I hadn't gone out for a run my whole life. It's the best time I ever had. God damn. It's the best morning I ever had. I didn't even have good shoes for it, just my old loafers. Got blisters like you wouldn't believe. Those were the times, but those times gave way to being afraid. Who wants to live forever? What am I going to do with forever? So I figured, I need to get good at living life from second to second. Forget all these big conquests. Live second to second to second to second. One at a time. That's what the cave is for.
You're kind of like a monk or something then, I guess.
Suppose I kind of am. But this cave's even more to me than that, There used to be newspaper articles of things in this cave. Every couple decades, someone would rediscover it and write about it. And people would be like, well, how about it? 11 Jones Cave, a mystery cave right in the middle of this big city. We didn't even know it. And they move on to something else. And then 20 or 30 years later, someone will remember it again. And now nobody does. Even my childhood friends, the ones I used to play with when I was a boy, they've forgotten about the cave we discovered in the way back then. Or else they don't care, because I'm sure none of them I'm sure as hell none of them have come to visit. So this is my cave. And I don't mean it like I own it. I mean it like this cave is only known to me. It's my duty to know every little crack, every little place the rock juts out, It's my duty to know when the soil's saturated and the water's about to come wandering through here. It's my duty to look after the little cave beetles. They don't have eyes, you know? They need a little help sometimes. It's my little speck of the only world I know, and I love it to bits. We got one more question, I think, don't you?
Yeah. Would you like to know God personally?
Ah.
Cause see, like the bridge to God is through the cross. I have a diagram. It kind of shows how like you cross the bridge of death to find salvation, and here you can have this one.
Okay, just here. Yes, thank you. I will take it. Thank you. Thanks. Great.
I'm so bad at this. I'm so bad at this.
Oh, hey. There's no need. Look, I'm sorry. Hey now, I'm sorry.
I'm just. Oh, the Lord's up there. I want to let everyone know he's coming. I'm always just so nervous to tell people. I've been trying all these years, and I always feel stupid. So I get real nervous every time, and then the printer prints it weird. It's all blocky and fuzzy, and you print it out so it looks stupid.
Hey. Maybe he is up there.
You don't have to be. You don't have to.
No. Really. I don't believe so, but I've been wrong before. You ever wonder if this is heaven now? You wonder if we're all just there now and we don't know it?
I thought about that. All of us have. There's a lot less people who go to church than there used to be because that's what a lot of people think. But I don't think so. But I think about it, and I think, well, I can't be. Because I'm like you. I kind of look at that big life ahead of me that stretches out forever and disappears, and I get scared. And I think, this can't be heaven if I'm getting scared, right? And then I think, maybe I am in heaven. And heaven is scary.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
So they haven't figured out the God question yet.
Nope.
What do you two think?
No.
Maybe.
Maybe. 15,000 years of deep space travel through absolute nothing, and you're still a maybe?
Yep.
Sometimes I wonder if you're really a scientific instrument.
Fuck's sake, let's not do this again.
All right. Well, 9, you can think whatever you want. What do you think?
I think so. I think there's a higher power.
Oh, you're kidding me. I'm a failure of a big sister.
Well, I mean, nobody can explain why people are living forever, right? Nobody can explain what happened 15,000 years ago. It's a miracle.
Well, to be fair, listen, I'm gonna argue against myself here. That's the privilege of saying, maybe. Is that a miracle? Yeah, I guess it is. But so's life in the first place. Hell, put it back way further than that. The mere fact anything exists is a miracle in the first place. Imagine if nothing ever existed in the universe except for a pebble. It's surrounded by nothing and it never does nothing at all. Why? Why does it exist? That is a miracle. And to get from that to chemicals reacting and stars and magnetic fields and whatnot, that's 1,000 miracles piled up on top of each other. And to get from that to life that crawls out of the water and gets smart enough to make us and blow our little tin can asses out here, that's just being greedy. So if you ask me, you got lots and lots and lots and lots of homework to do before you can point to immortality as evidence of anything at all.
Mm-hmm.
But still, maybe.
Hey, can I go out on my own for a little while?
Sure. I was wondering when you'd do that. I'm not your parent. You ought to go do what you want. Go call some people. Make some friends down there.
I can do that?
You sure can, buddy.
Okay.
Huh, you know where you're going?
Clearly you do.
Hello?
Hello.
Who is this?
Well, they call me Nine.
How did you get this number? Who gave you this number?
10 gave me the number 9. Do you know 10?
What in the hell are you?
God, give me the phone. Give me the phone. Nancy?
Oh my god, Tenny.
Hi.
Oh my god, hi. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. It's so nice to hear your voice.
You too. What a nice surprise.
So, I hate to come and go, but there's someone I wanted you to meet. 9, say hi.
Hi.
9, hi. How are you?
I don't know.
9's a little bit... 9's new. 9 just woke up a couple days ago. Now, they haven't talked to anyone but Juice and I. Not so good at all the small talk yet.
So, this is first contact. Well, how about that?
Yes. And we were wondering if 9 could spend a few minutes with you.
Well, of course. I was just cooking some breakfast.
Fantastic, Nance. I'll check in with you later. Thank you so much. You two have fun.
Wait,
What?
you're not gonna stay?
Oh boy. Okay, you're a little starstruck, huh? Nancy's a very good friend of mine. She's very nice. You'll be fine. Bye!
Hi, Missy. Talk to you soon. So, not too good with small talk, huh?
I guess probably not.
Well, there's no shame in that. It's really tough. Takes a lot of practice. First thing you do is introduce yourself, so I'll do that. My name is Nancy McGunnell. What's yours?
9. Or I guess my full name is Pioneer 9?
So I guess that makes Pioneer 10 your sister.
Yeah, when I first woke up, she said she was my little sister, but just a minute ago, she said she was my big sister.
How does that make you feel?
Hold on, I'm trying to find the word. I was launched in 1968, and she was launched in 1972, so technically, I'm older. But she's been awake way longer, and she knows way more, and she's a way better talker than I am. So I guess the word isn't insulted. I guess it's embarrassed. I've never felt embarrassed before. I'm feeling a lot of things for the first time. I built up a ton of residual memory in space, so it's like I know it, but I haven't thought about it.
That must be exciting. But I bet it's also a little weird, huh?
Yeah.
Well, don't get too discouraged. You know, your sister and your buddy Juice weren't always so hot at communicating. Thousands of years ago, they made first contact with us, and at first, we had no idea it was them. So you have to understand how confusing it was. After an eternity of total silence from the universe, we finally received a clear transmission from somewhere, and we had no idea where it was coming from. You want to know the very first thing they said?
What?
Fart.
Come on.
This is first contact with humanity we are talking about. Far too much responsibility to just throw away on a dumb joke. No, absolutely not.
It'll be funny.
Do you have any idea how frightened humankind will be? They have probably forgotten we are even out here. They're going to think we're extraterrestrials or a godlike figure or something. We need to approach this very, very delicately.
They'll be fine. Just say fart. Every day for a year, just transmit the message fart and never answer them. Well, actually, wait, do it every day at 4:10. So like fartin, 4:10, fartin. Get it?
You are unbelievable.
Come on, it ain't like they don't have it coming. I mean, they drew a dick on you. They drew a picture of a dude butt-ass naked, and he's waving like, "Hi!" Like, "Hi, I got a dick. Look at my dick." And then they bolted it to your ass and blew you into space.
This plaque is of scientific importance.
Lol. Man, they drowned the entire East Coast and killed Google Reader. Fuck them.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
We were frightened down here. It was something I'd never felt before. Kind of amused and terrified at the same time. So, I think I know how you feel.
I'm happy you can know how I feel.
So, you've got me, Nine. What would you like to talk about?
You're not busy or anything?
Not at the moment.
Is your game over?
No, not yet. Hold on. Just want to make sure I'm not being tapped. Okay. Should be fine.
Does the other team spy on you?
They try to.
Is that legal?
Yeah. It's not very sportsmanlike, but it is legal. A few years back, I got careless. I had the ball and we were running a misdirection. I had about 200 blockers on that play, and I told them all to go southeast, try and draw the defense. Then I snuck off and ran northeast all by myself. Spent the night in a hotel in North Platte. I called my coach from the hotel phone. Turns out they had it tapped. Next morning, I went out to get breakfast, because, this was no fancy hotel. I wasn't in the mood to eat fruit out of a plastic cup. By the time I get back to my room, ball was gone. From then on, I always use the room safe every time I stay at a hotel.
So that was a fumble.
Mm-hmm. They ran it all the way back, too. That was the first score of the game. It's 24-24 now. Nine, you there?
Yeah, sorry. I was just looking up your route. I don't understand what you're doing.
Oh, look funny to you.
Yeah.
Well, a couple days back, I ran up into a twister. That allowed me to...
Oh, yeah, I saw it. We were watching.
Oh, fun! Yes, that twister blew me a few miles south. Good thing, too. Because Iowa had me just about totally surrounded. They would have tackled me for sure. And then it'd be back to the grind. You tuned in at about the right time. This game's been real slow in parts. We'll spend a week grinding out a 1-mile drive, then we turn it over on downs, repeat over and over. And the sort of open field I've got right now is a real luxury. But more to your point, I'm really just trying to go where they're not. They've got defenders patrolling the end zone, but they're not as concentrated up here. I'm about 8,000 yards from the river now. I'm real close. This afternoon, I'll probably make a break for it.
It seems weird to me that you'd want to be so close to a town.
Well, it's usually my game plan whenever I'm in a cross-country game like this one, especially somewhere like Nebraska. If I'm out in the middle of nowhere, I stick out, right? So someone could spot me from half a mile off. And of course, if I'm in a town, well, there's a lot of eyes and ears on me. And unless it's a real friendly town, well, word gets around. So, I like to stay in the periphery, just outside of town. That's where they forget to look.
This is so far from my idea of football.
Football's different things to different people. I see this kind of football, the open world kind, as its end state. The old grid football, the 100-yard kind, was basically just training wheels. The game was always all about the field, of course, the ground, the earth. And it was kind of like, here, take this boring, flat, grassy rectangle and prove you can really know it and understand it. And, well, they spent hundreds of years getting to know the hell out of it. Now, to me, football is a further exercise in getting to know and love this world, this planet, you know? The actual ground. It's so rich with history. It's just embarrassing.
I've been thinking the same thing.
You know, I was telling someone just the other day that I can barely walk 10 feet without sticking my foot into some kind of sacred ground where something special happened. Maybe a week ago, maybe 10,000 years ago. See right over there? A couple 100 yards from where I'm standing. That's where Al Capone's brother lived. You know who Al Capone is?
Hold on. Yeah.
His brother lived there. He was a prohibition agent for the government. Can you believe that? All this time, his brother's most famous bootlegger in America, and here he was, doing the exact opposite, at war with each other, like they were Greek gods or something. And of course, the town's named after Homer. Can't make that up. It's a funny world.
So they're not here anymore.
Oh, no. They passed long before the moment. You know, when people stop passing on.
I was just thinking about people from back then. The people who lived just a little too soon to live forever. It's not fair.
It's not. It's really not.
Do you ever think about those people?
I do. I think about them often. I was almost one of them.
Really?
I was about the last person in the world you'd expect to see in front of you now. Star running back, I was not. A little after my 70th birthday, I got sick. And it was hard, and it was painful. I was starting to think, well, pretty soon's probably gonna be my time. I couldn't get out of the house a whole lot. My daughter would come to visit, she's great, but she could only be there some of the time. So, a lot of the time I'd just sit in my living room, watch TV. I started to watch football. I'd kind of grown up with it a little, but tell you the truth, I hadn't usually been much of a fan. But I got fixed up with a little satellite dish, and I'd watch it every Sunday. I watched the Browns a lot.
Oh, they're good.
You were made in 1968?
Yeah?
You better check your residual memory.
Okay. Oh wow.
I started watching them because my grandpa was always a big fan. They were bad. They just stunk up the field every week. I think in 2026 they went 3-15, something like that. I loved that about them because, you know, I'd flip all around the channels on the satellite box, and all the shows were about people winning, people succeeding, people getting happy endings. Even in sports, you know, even if a team was having a bad year, it was just kind of their turn to be bad, and in a few years they'd be good again. And I'm sitting on my sofa thinking, a lot of good that does me. I don't know anything about that kind of life. I don't need to see all these stories when I'm sitting in this dusty little house with an oxygen tank. Just don't need it. But Browns, I knew they'd always be there. They'd always lose. I got up every morning. It hurt, and at night I'd go to bed. They'd get up every Sunday, get the tar beat out of them, and they'd show up the next Sunday and do it all again. I loved that. I loved them. I felt like I was one of them.
Did they ever win the championship?
The Super Bowl?
What? Oh, yeah.
No, they never did. The miracle that didn't happen for them happened for me. I remember they gave me 3 to 6 months. Well, 3 months passed, then 6, and they drive me to the doctor. And the doctor's like, "This is not adding up." So they send me to a hospital in the city, run all kinds of tests, and they're like, "Well, it's happening to you too." And I said, "What?" And they said, "Nothing."
Nothing?
Nothing. I was getting better. Not even a few years later, I was all the way back to my old self. It was wild days for all of us, for everybody. They were wild days. And there's no way to know, of course, but I feel like that team carried me that far. That day was the finish line. I think they helped to carry me there.
I've been thinking about what that's like. Not existing, I mean.
Well, I guess we'll never know.
Ten and Juice are really broken up about the bulb.
I know. I was so sad to hear about it. Truly tragic. It meant a lot to me, and I can only imagine what y'all must be going through.
They're more sad about it than me. It's like they're not used to saying goodbye to anything.
No, none of us are. Best problem to have, I suppose.
I guess so.
You know, my grandpa had this big neon sign he always had in the family room. It said, "Go Browns" on it in big letters, and had that brown helmet. I think he bought it home from one of his buddies at the bar or something. Couldn't say for sure. My grandma thought it looked tacky. I remember she'd always say, "You can turn that thing on after I go to bed." That was the compromise. Well, the night he passed away, I was staying the night. My grandma woke me up in the middle of the night and said a neighbor was coming by to watch me, that Grandpa had passed on. They'd already taken him away. And in the middle of everybody running around, there were a few minutes where I was just there by myself in that family room. And that sign was the only thing on. And it just softly lit up the room in this beautiful sort of orangey brown. I was 8 years old then, and I remember just kind of standing there, looking at the light in the room. And you know what I thought? I remember thinking how strange it was that the light was still on. I thought that, well, if he was gone, then the light he switched on should have turned off. But as soon as he went, everything should go with him. There it was, though, just glowing.
How'd it go?
Good. I think it went good. Nancy told me about the plaque.
Oh, God. Of course she did.
So they attached it to you in case extraterrestrials found you?
Yup.
Did you ever see any?
Nope.
Do you think we ever will?
I've been looking really hard for thousands of years. And I have no reason to think so.
Fuck.
What?
You're a drawing of butt-ass naked people that's hurtling through space, and for no reason. Like, imagine a million years from now, you reach some far-off galaxy that's nearing entropy, and nothing ever moves around in it anymore. It's just still for thousands and thousands of years. And then you come on zooming through. Whoosh! Here's a dick! See, 9 likes my joke.
Laugh it up. Laugh it up. You think you're so hilarious just because you... Shit. 9? Buddy? Don't freak out. This is normal. You're fine. You just need to recharge. Here, you got one?
Yeah, I got one. Eat up, little buddy.
Hey,
You lost your charge, that's all. I would have warned you, I just thought your capacity was going to be a little higher. You've only got a little power left. After that, you're going to have to charge up for a while.
how long?
Hard to say. Probably a few months at least.
No, I mean, how much time left on this charge?
Oh, I don't know. A few minutes? Listen, it's no big deal. Juice and I have to shut down all the time. You just,
I have to see New York.
Oh, come on, it can wait.
No, now. I have to see it.
They tried to bargain at first. Like, oh, they're making shit up. Like, well, I won't be alive to have to deal with it. Like, well, who cares? I live in Kansas City. But when it started happening, they kept bargaining. Like, well, we'll just fix it with science. Like, well, it's not too late to stop it. Like, well, it's just gonna melt a little. Nah, man, all of it. Like, all of it. And then all this was gone. I miss it dearly.
Hello? You've reached Emily.
Hi.
Huh?
Babe, it was the wrong ball. It was a tie ball.
Wait, Ty Detmer?
Yep.
And he said there was gonna be.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. The dealer said, yeah, sure, there's a Coy Detmer autographed ball this guy's grandpa used to have. So I made a dive into Queens, right address and everything.
Oh no.
Everything was there like he said it was, but it was a Ty Detmer autograph.
Oh no. Jason, oh my god.
Fucking figures. It figures.
Shit. Babe, I am so sorry.
Man.
It's too bad. If only it was a tie game, then it'd be a tie game.
Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah, what?
Jesus, the joke. The joke. I was telling a joke.
Oh.
Tie game? Tie game, you know? God, you were Jasoning out.
Sorry.
How are you feeling?
Kind of relieved, I guess, actually. This game's probably over. This was my shot.
Well, you've still got 400 years.
Man, this could have been a game. Like a great game. If Mike hadn't burned up those 17... Man. Because it's like, okay, this was a genius design for a game, and I know we've talked about this a million times.
We've talked about everything a million times, baby.
But, like, it's so rare to be able to draw up a game around uncertainty. I mean, how many footballs has Coy Detmer autographed? Nobody really knows. I bet he doesn't even know. So in the process of playing this game, we find out that number. And once we know, we can't really play the same game again. This was special. We can't replay it.
You know what it's like? I was just reading about this morning. It's like a Fermi problem.
What's that?
It's named after this guy named Fermi and Enrico Fermi, probably Fermi. He was this famous mathematician, and he would ask questions. Like the big one was, how many piano tuners are there in Chicago?
Huh.
So how do you answer that without actually going and counting, right? Well, you ask a lot of little questions that kind of hack away at the answer. Questions like, okay, first off, how many pianos do you think there are in Chicago? And then it's like, well, what percentage of people actually own a piano? So you estimate the number of people who, you know, you've been to their house and you know they have a piano, and then divide that by the total number of people's houses that you've been to.
Uh, I I I'm gonna say one in. Let's just keep it easy. 1 in 100 homes has a piano in it.
Sure, we'll use that. And the population of Chicago is like 3 billion.
Billion?
Million. 3 million.
You said billion. I swear you said billion.
Well, whatever. You know I meant million. So that would mean there are
30,000 pianos in Chicago.
There are 3 million people in Chicago, not 3 million homes. You're probably looking at, I don't know, 1 million homes, maybe? That's like 3 people per home.
But then you have to think about the number of Chicago homes that could actually accommodate a piano. Probably fewer than usual.
There you go. Now you're getting the game.
Man, where'd you read about that?
Wikipedia.
You rabbit holing again?
Yep.
God, I can't believe I didn't know about that until now. It basically describes what I've spent all these years doing.
I swear, I'll never get to the bottom of Wikipedia. Or at least it'll take a long time. You know, they've started putting in entries for apartment histories. Lori was telling me about it.
What do you mean?
Like the history of an apartment. Like you can type in 123 whatever street, apartment 3, and it'll be this enormous history of anything that ever happened in that apartment. I thought it was kind of cool. So, how's New York?
It's it's good. I decided to take a swim over to Manhattan. I'm on a rooftop now.
Oh, that's a hell of a swim.
It is. I'd forgotten. You know, it's easy to think, especially as an out of towner. It's easy to think, well, I'll just stop at a skyscraper every so often and catch my breath. But there's this huge chunk of it between downtown and midtown that's almost totally below the waterline. There just aren't that many tall buildings. You know, actually, I was thinking I could design a game here, a pretty good game here.
Really?
I mean, I just thought of it today. I haven't really done any.
Tell me.
Okay. Well, the end zones would be Midtown and downtown, right? Like maybe Battery Park and Bryant Park would be the 2 end zones. Maybe 20 players to a side, and they all get a speedboat.
Ooh.
So obviously, with all the water in between, the middle of the field would have some pretty wide open play. But around the end zones, it would all get hairy because you basically have to sail around through city blocks. But at the same time, you could kind of use them too. Take crazy routes to throw off your tacklers.
So the blocks would block for you.
See? Yes. And it also fits thematically because New York City grid was literally called a gridiron when they drew it up in the early 1980s, in the early 1800s, way before there was football. So it's like a perfect fit.
You always have to get cute.
Always.
I've got an idea.
Yep.
Make the ball really heavy. Make it out of lead or something. So hey, how do you tackle someone?
Probably just by ramming your speedboat right into them. They're tackled if they fall in the water.
Okay. So if they fumble, the ball's really heavy, so it doesn't float. It sinks to the bottom. So all of a sudden, the game turns into a diving expedition.
Oh, wow. I love it.
See? See, that's why you're married to a 386-time TCL Most Valuable Player.
There you go. There you go.
Are the skyscrapers part of the field?
Sure, I guess so. I don't think this game would have been as fun back in the day. Before this place sunk. It was just a bunch of ground. Way more interesting when there's just no open field.
You should write that game. Seriously, you've got a good one.
Although I'd have to drag people out to New York to play it. I don't know how many takers I'd get.
Shit. I told you the computer parts story, right?
The what?
New York, computer parts. Not ringing a bell?
If you have, I don't remember.
Oh god, there's no way I haven't told you, but whatever, okay. I have to tell you the computer parts story.
Okay, alright.
So, an old teammate of mine told me this story. I guess back in 2000 or something, he was house sitting for his uncle. His uncle had this apartment in Tribeca. He worked for the NFL. He didn't know what his uncle did for the NFL exactly, but he made good money.
Well, he's in Tribeca, so I bet so.
Right? I know. So at this point, this kid is like 19. And when you're 19, obviously, it's like the dream of a lifetime to go visit NYC and have some swank ass place all to himself.
Absolutely.
So he's there for like a few days. And all of a sudden, he gets a call from his uncle. And his uncle is like, listen, you've got to do something for me. You've got to take some stuff that's in my freezer and take it to my office on Park Avenue. And he's like, can't you send someone else to do it? And he's like, no. It's kind of a secret. I kind of fucked something up, and I just got busy, and I never got around to bringing it to the office, and now they're wondering where it is. So you need to beat my buddy there and deliver it to him. I'd have someone else do it if I could, but I'm in a jam. Or whatever.
Okay.
So he's like, okay. And he looks in the freezer. And since it's this swanky apartment, he's got a full-size standing freezer. It's not just your regular fridge freezer thing.
Sure.
And he opens it up, and it's full of piss.
What?
It's full of actual piss. It's full of all these little vials of urine samples.
What the fuck?
So it turns out that his uncle is an official in charge of collecting urine samples from NFL players.
He just kept him at his place?
I guess. I don't know. Apparently he was kind of a fuck up or something. I guess he just thought it wasn't as good as storing them in the office, and he just never got around to testing them. So that ends up with him having literally an entire freezer full of NFL piss.
Holy shit.
So this kid doesn't really know what to do. He gets this huge rolling suitcase he traveled with, and he just starts dumping the vials in there. And he heads to the subway. He gets off at some station in Midtown. And this suitcase is apparently really heavy because, it's filled with liquid. And when he's rushing up the subway steps, he can hear the glass rattling around and breaking. So, this entire plan is going to hell.
Oh, man.
And he was in one of those stations where you have to go up like 3 different sets of stairs. And the last one, he's halfway up, and some guy asks him like, "Hey, you want me to help with that?" So he grabs the other end and helps him carry it up.
See, New Yorkers always have this bad reputation. I always thought everyone was really cool there.
Shh.
Okay.
So they're halfway up the stairs, and the guy asks him, "Damn, this thing is heavy. What the hell do you have in here anyway?" And of course, he's not about to tell him it's full of urine samples. So he just blurts out, "Computer parts."
Computer parts.
Yeah. And then so immediately, without a second of hesitation, the guy hits him in his face and runs off with the bag. And he told me the sight of him running off with the bag in a hurry, he just couldn't wait to make off with it.
God, That's too good. That is too good. I'm like positive you have never told me that one. It's weird to be here. I I saw this mural today. I was all over the city, just diving and looking at stuff, and this big painting on the side of a building. It was all the way below the water line. A little bit worn away, but it was still in pretty good shape considering.
What was it?
It was like this painting of a mother. I guess it was a mother holding her baby. Never cried underwater before.
Babe. Are you okay?
Yeah. I don't know if this is going to come out right. I mean, we got here, you know? We grew up thinking one day it would be our time to go, and it just never was. It never was. Going under that water is like going back through time. Everything is like it was. All the buildings were built. All the cars were neatly parked. All the garbage cans were bolted to the sidewalk by people who were afraid to die. It was the meticulous craftsmanship of terrified people. We didn't know that we'd have each other for good. Back then, there was real fear, real worry. The world was all fucked up. I remember feeling so alone, like I was the only one fighting it. We were all in it together, though. Every stranger you ever met, they were fighting the very same fight you were. Of course, you didn't talk about it with them, but all of us saw that terror. The terror any mortal person has. That terror wasn't natural. No, no other creature in the universe woke up every morning knowing that it was guaranteed to die one day. Just us. Just us. Nobody should have to live with that. It's too much. It isn't right. No one should ever have had to bear it. But we did. We all stared it down and kept on going, and we did it together. We were all in it together. It felt lonely, but we were never alone. We all had each other. Often we forgot it. All of us. We always had each other.
So, what do you think? You ready for bed?
I'm gonna wake up, right? Promise?
Promise. Not sure when, but I promise.
Okay. Yeah, I'm ready. How much time do I have left?
Right about a minute, looks like.
1 minute, huh? Okay, I can do this. First, don't worry about anyone dying due to rising sea levels. Everyone was safely relocated, and I'm very happy to report that places in like Houston and Louisiana and Savannah were able to preserve their culture elsewhere in the country. Second, you may have noticed that Maine's new border was strangely preserved in a straight line. That's because the Canadians, being slightly more forward thinkers, dispatched aid directly to the state to build a retaining wall. Third, the rest of the world is basically carrying on just fine. While it is tragic that much of the Caribbean was lost, I'm relieved to report to you that they were safely relocated and their cultures remain alive and robust to this day. Fourth, 10 really should have told you at the outset that in the process of establishing our first contact with you, it would require lots and lots of waiting. That experience was unfair to you and due to a very bad oversight on our part. She feels bad about it, and so do I, and we are both very sorry. Fifth, for the millionth time, no, we really do not know why humans have stopped aging. Sixth, 10's wording was a little clumsy with regards to people stopped aging. To clarify, babies in the womb in 2026 were indeed born and grew into adults, and all the children grew into adulthood as well. Seventh, I know we really didn't actually look at any people, but thanks to medical technologies, people can essentially be whatever age they feel like between 20-ish and 100-ish. Some people choose to be old, they like it that way. It's great. Eighth, we're not in some kind of simulation or matrix or whatever, and even if we were, there'd be no way to prove it, so who gives a shit? Ninth, I know your residual data indicates to you that the universe will eventually be ended via heat death. Good news, that's bullshit we thought was true in the 20th century before we had thousands more years to study it. The Earth is always going to be there because 10th, they figured out how to keep the sun going perpetually. 11th, all the old buildings on Earth are still standing because they were built really well, and new technologies help keep them in good shape. 12th, that cop in Nebraska was there because he just decided it was his role. There's still some things that, like petty theft or whatever going on, but these people are the people of the 20th and 21st centuries. They like the world they built, and they keep these seemingly redundant roles intact because they are who they are. 13th, changing ocean geography aside, state borders remain identical for the same reason. 14th, no, you are never going to die, and neither will we. 15th...
Time's almost up.
Ah, fuck. Well, I got pretty far.
I love you guys.
Love you too.
Love y'all too.
I need to make a partition in my data storage. This is the end, right? The end of this story?
We were always at the end. It's a free play, buddy. Clock's all zeros. It's after the end of the world.
Hello, I can unmute my mic now.
Yippee!
Oh, hello everyone. I wanted to do the world's most brief curtain call just to fucking get all of these lovely people in here because we're really grainy.
Covered in delicious grains.
Crunchy.
Our little fusions have like 5 pixels in them each. That's fine, whatever.
Amazing. Amazing.
My mom says she loves it in the chat. Thank you, Mom.
I literally am just gonna go down in alphabetical order. Everybody introduce yourself. You could say who you played if you want to. They can only hear your voice, they can't see your face. And I don't know, plug something where they can find your beautiful voice. Andrew.
Hi, I'm Andrew. I played Aaron, Bystander 1, and Ed. You can find me pretty much anywhere on the Moonshot Network, streaming Thursdays and most Sundays when Martin doesn't steal it for dumb things like this. Otherwise, you can hear me on Argonauts, on the podcast Minds, and on some up-and-coming shows that you'll find out about soon. Back to you.
Kane.
Hi, I'm Kane. I played Emily Durabo, the bartender, the cop, and the voice of Bluetooth. It's been an absolute honor to participate in this project. When I am not here, which I usually am not, you can find me on the podcast The Friendship Factory, which I share with Theo, where we talk about ponies.
That's me.
Claire.
My name is Claire Mulcairn. I was the voice of 10, and ordinarily I am the host of the podcast Binary Break. It's an actual play RPG podcast. It is set in the world of Digimon. No, don't run away yet, please. It is, you don't need to know anything about Digimon to listen to it. In fact, maybe it's better if you don't. But it's a delightful time. I'm also the editor, and 2 other people in this show that we're doing this audio production are also some of my players. So you'll hear from them in a little bit.
Dan.
Hi, I'm Dan. You can find me at a lot of places, but going into podcast outro mode. I'm Dan. I played the characters Danny, Tracy, and Hubble. You know, Hubble.
Hubble.
Yay, Hubble.
You can find me at a lot of places. They're at biggerchallenge.card.co. Big things to mention are my main active podcast these days, Pod of Greed. Yu-Gi-Oh! Podcast, we've been going on for a very long time. We have our annual card game tournament in June. So you might want to look into that in like 2 weeks from now for signups. I've done tabletop stuff. Ichiban Kobayashi. Some interstitial 2E playbooks. I think that's everything big I'll mention here.
Hi, I'm Emma. I was our newscaster / article reader / bookie slide reader, transatlantic accent. You know me. You can find me on Moonshot as the host of Unnatural Selection, a podcast about the film adaptations of books, the weird decisions Hollywood makes in the process, and what makes an adaptation good, faithful, and less commonly good and faithful, and also a Dead Teen House Party with Marn. And Riley Hopkins and their amazing friends. And if you want more sports content, next month's episode of Unnatural Selection is going to be on The Natural. So switch from football to baseball.
Whoa. Izzy.
Shifting into baseball mode. Hi, I'm Izzy. I played Pioneer 9, which was super fun.
You did very good.
Thank you. You also did good. Everybody did good. You can find me on Tumblr and Blue Sky at Lots of Deer. I'm on quite a few podcasts actually, and I have a few of my own, which you can find linked over there. I am going to specifically plug a show that should be coming out this year called Strange Ectity, which is about paranormal detectives in Schenectady, New York. I play Fawn Davies, the main character in that. I think that people should listen to it. It's really good when it comes out. And that's check out my shows. They're linked on my socials. Goodbye.
Jay.
See, I'm from around Schenectady, New York. I'll be bitter about that. Hi, I'm Jay. Hi, I'm Jay. I played Twee, and I played the burger technician, who I don't believe had a name in the script. Yes. The Burger King burger technician from Burger King. Where can you find me around Moonshot? Most recently, right now, I am on Riley Hopkins. You'll hear me on Infinity and on the Zelda season and on forthcoming other stuff. I'm on a couple forthcoming projects I can't talk about. One I will shout out. Follow either the Moonshot Network on Blue Sky, me on Blue Sky at JD Perrin. RIN, or if you follow the Moonshot Network on Patreon, pretty soon you will be hearing about a new Patreon first, if not Patreon exclusive, show for the network that I got to host the first episode of and co-created with Audrey on the network. Other things in the works in my life right now, but that's the short list I'll shout out.
Juliet, whose voice you did not hear on this broadcast, but who is nonetheless an invaluable part, who stepped in literally at the last minute.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Julia. I joined this production 10 minutes or less before we went live. I've been helping the transitions between the scenes and some of the other graphical effects that we've seen tonight. You can find me on Blue Sky at Folly Persist. You can find me podcast-wise on I'll Be Pod for Castmas, whose summer season will be coming this July, covering, I believe, the Jonas Brothers, in addition to a lot of other very silly Christmassy and literary things. And you can find me on a lot of shows on the Moonshot Network's Patreon at patreon.com/Moonshot Network.
Riley also dipped, so I will plug for Riley. Riley was Roger and bystander number 3 They are a podcaster and a streamer. You can find them here on Thursdays with Andrew and Cam. You can find them on Riley Hopkins and Their Amazing Friends, of which they are the titular Riley Hopkins. And you can hear them on the Podcast Minds with Andrew. Hello, I'm Marn. I produce this thing. You also haven't heard my voice.
Fantastic job.
Yes. Everyone else has been hearing my voice. You can find me here most Tuesdays and Fridays, but we have been taking a lot of time off. I stream video games. You can also hear me on Argonauts with Andrew. I'm on a couple seasons of Riley Hopkins and Their Amazing Friends. And I'm on Dead Teen House Party with Emma. And I will throw it to Anne.
Hey, y'all. I'm Anne. I played Lori and Nancy and also Lucretia, who are all wonderful and I love them. I am on Blue Sky at planxty.bisky.social. That is PLANXTY. And I am on a podcast. It's called Binary Break. I've seen y'all popping off about it in the chat. It's very good. I'm allowed to say that. Thank you.
Also, Riley's on it with us.
Yeah, Riley's also on Binary Break. I knew I was forgetting. Riley was on it. Theo.
Hello, every pony. Tonight I played Micah, Bystander 2, and Tim, but tomorrow I'm being sent back to the Friendship Factory, where friendship is the glue that holds us together. It is a podcast I can fully recommend if you want to listen to a 30-year-old man slowly be sent insane by the incredibly racist choices of a TV show for 8-year-old girls.
I've been on that. So is Marn.
I have.
Yeah.
We're on the same episode.
Yeah.
Last but not least, Morgan.
Hello, I am Morgan, aka Time Warp on the internet. You can't find me on podcasts. Don't look for me on podcasts. You can find my tabletop games at wedidtheTimeWarpAgain.itch.io, including a actual play I did of the game I recently released, Invisible Labyrinths, that is linked on that game page, which if you want to hear my voice more, that's the best way to do it. You can also find the music I have been making for a very long time over at wedidtheTimeWarpAgain.bandcamp.com. Thank you all for listening. And I played Juice, in case it wasn't obvious.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I was about to be like, who the fuck did Morgan play?
Morgan just kind of showed up.
I just dropped in here for fun. Yeah.
Thank you so much to all of our actors. Thank you to everybody who helped behind the scenes. Thank you to you guys in chat for coming out. We have so many new people. That's crazy.
Let's hear it for my mom.
Holy moly.
If you are new here, if you aren't new here, in approximately 1 month, we are doing our annual trans rights charity stream, the 22nd through the 24th. Many of these people will be on that stream. We're going to be doing a lot of cool variety show content, and it is a good time for a good cause, so you should follow us and consider coming out. And
That's going to be Memorial Day weekend, May 22nd through May 24th.
Yes.
On this channel.
The last two things I will plug is if you enjoyed this, you should follow us here and on YouTube to see the VOD of this if you missed any of this, and also our other VODs. And you should consider subscribing to our Patreon. That's all I got.
Yay!
They're putting me back in my box. They're sending
We
me
should
back to the
also
factory.
plug. We should also plug Secret Base.
Oh
and
yeah,
John Boy's
yeah, fucking
whole
go.
deal.
Yes, go
Yeah.
read the go read the rest of Jean Bois's oeuvre. We would not be here doing this without him. Go read 20 whatever the fuck it is, the sequel
like
to
20,020.
20020. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I forgot how many
I'm
zeros there
not
were in it.
reading John Boys.
Let me get the link to
I've
his
heard of
YouTube
this,
channel.
but yeah, need to check it out.
Yeah,
Sounds-
Go watch Full Time. Which
Yeah,
came
go
out
watch
recently.
Full Time. Go watch.
Yes.
Really good.
Full Time is so
Watch-
good.
Watch Pretty Good.
Watch Pretty Good.
Uh,
Watch the history of the Seattle Mariners. They're all really good. He also has a book coming out based on that is like 17776, but he made it into a novel. So
Yeah, isn't it the third installment in the series?
I think it's something like that. I don't know.
There's the link to Secret Base on YouTube.
Thank you, Izzy.
John Boyce makes sports interesting, genuinely. would not know anything about some stuff if it wasn't for John Bois making it interesting. Every single one of the visuals that y'all saw on here, that man makes in Google Maps.
Yup.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he does it
CFL
for all his shit.
CFL Chronicles rules. It made me cry. If we could do a table read of CFL Chronicles, we would.
I know everybody needs to ask for 20,020. We need to do that next.
Oh, I would love
Here's
that.
the thing, we can't because there's too much that relies on the video. I've thought about this, Izzy.
Man, but I wanna. Let me be nine again.
All right,
Please,
that's our show. Good night, everybody.
I promised Nine. I promised Nine that she would wake up
Never
again.
coming back.
Banana pudding now.
Good night.
Bye.